expecting quite a bit.
Gotta figure out how to make money on this. I really want to.
I can feel it down in my plums. They're getting a nice bluish hue. Getting ready to take them to the farmer's market.
Okay, baby, but don't hurt yourself with that big juicy hog of yours.
In hard times, or when a man has worked at a job 30 years, they give him a watch, kick him in the butt, and say, hey, our computer took your place, daddy. That's hard time.
Let's go now live.
This is where we live.
Are you ready to get your world rocked?
That's what I'm talking about.
You ready?
Oh, wait. So we're just gonna wing it?
There's a big difference between winging it and seeing what happens. Now let's see what happens.
Now.
Right now.
Now, it's Senning Show. With your host, John Senning.
And I be catching them northern pike like on the 10-pound test. Smoke cess, never fast, take a guess. I be the early morning stone pimp. Straight limping, wounds from drinking. At the party, big booty pinching. Chilling like a villain. Balloon filling, whack MC killing. The fine
Hello. Welcome to Senning Show. I'm John Senning. That is Dizzy. Shout out to JP and Monica. I don't say it enough. What a great lead in. And make your plans right now if you haven't already. Friday, Liquid Lunch, the original Hooters in Clearwater. Dizzy, Monica, and the man JP himself flying in from Long Island to hang out with you, and they will have what will be your last-minute opportunity to get Metallica tickets. That's going to be a fun time. You looking forward to it?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Last time we did it was when it was Roger and JP show. Big turnout. Sounds like it's going to be about the same turnout, if not more, this Friday. And I'm excited. I'm getting people to do crazy stuff for tickets.
I feel like everybody has rabid fans, but I feel like the JP fans, like a lot of them rooted in the Northeast, and the fact that he's not in town all the time. It used to be that way, when Roger and JP would come, and I think the same energy is here with JP. People get very excited when he comes to town, and it's going to be a hell of a party. I'm trying to see if it makes sense for me to time it out. I'd love to stop by early, maybe for just like the first half hour or something, and then get back here. So that'll be a fun time. You want to interact with the program today? 800-771-1025. Hit us up on social media at the John Senning, at Dizzy for Mayor. So everything sounds normal in your ears today, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I can hear again.
Yeah.
I think I'm coming back, baby. I think it sounds so different, and I think it's just because I'm actually hearing things. I had an appointment with my ENT doctor this morning. He got in there with the sucker.
Yeah.
And
did it hurt?
No, the thing is I got to go get this other one done all the time, so I'm so used to it, and I was just so looking for the relief of it all. So hopefully it seems that this little saga is in the rear view. And it hit me today, and I hate thinking this way. So much of this could have just been terrible timing, because any other time I had an issue with my ear, I would just go right to my ear doctor.
Yeah.
Well, this popped up on a Thursday, and they were closed on Friday. If this would have happened on a Tuesday or Wednesday, I might have gotten over there in the middle of the week. They could have nipped it in the bud one way or the other, and it wouldn't have gotten so out of control. But because I went to that urgent care on Friday, which may or may not have made it worse, it just was a terrible set of circumstances. But everything's good. It's in the past. Thank you for the well wishes. We're moving on. And everything's going to be okay.
Do you think that if you didn't flip over on Monday, you would have kind of ignored it more and been like, it's probably nothing? Or because you flipped over on Monday, you're like, I think stuff got in there. It put the kind of seed in your head that you're like, I should get this checked because something might be worse.
And that's pretty much what they said, is that it probably was not what had happened. Wasn't probably caused by just water in my ear, but the fact that it was bugging me, it could have gotten worse and probably went on. So that in a weird way, that could have been a little bit of a godsend that I flipped over in my new floaty.
And it's good you have a good woman that it was like, go to the goddamn doctor, bro. You're not good.
And that was the thing that I was worried about, that today this doctor was going to say, you idiot, why'd you go to the emergency room? But he was like, no, you can't play. He was like, you did the right thing, and they did the right thing. So that made me feel a a little bit better, and I'm back to being able to hear. So that's a win.
The way I see this too, it's like, when you get the flu and you just can't breathe out your nose and you appreciate your nose so much more.
Oh my God.
It's the same thing with your ears, right?
Oh my God, dude. There's just a general. I'm so glad you brought that up, because there is and sometimes I feel bad even saying it, because there are people that have been through so much worse with their health. I mean, our dear friend, coworker, brethren himself, Drew Garabo, fought for his life. So it almost feels weird, trivial to make those connections when you just have something minor going on, when there are people who are fighting for their life every day. But it really does. Like the smallest little thing. And sadly, I think it leaves you. You know what I mean? You just brought up the perfect analogy of you're stuffed up. You can't breathe through your nose for 3 days, and you go, God damn, I take for granted being able to breathe through my nose. Like, breathing is so cool. And then it comes back, and you don't really think about it. And, I mean, what are you supposed to do, other than just be grateful every single day that you're alive? But it is so funny, because I had that thought. I've been having that thought ever since last Thursday. I'm just like, the little things in life that we take for granted every single day. And I try in general to just be grateful just for everything. But there's room to be more grateful for the basic privileges that we have in life, like being able to breathe and hear and see, and all of those things that come along with your health. And there are people out there that can't, and they find a way to be positive and push through. So I'm glad you mentioned that, because there's definitely been an element of that running through my head.
Yeah, as it should. But we're back, baby.
We're back, baby. We're back. Holes wide open. All my holes are open for business and no longer plugged.
You can hear all those vroom vrooms purring, baby.
And it's weird, because it almost sounds wrong. Like it sounds so good that it feels like something's wrong. I said that this morning. It's been 5 days. I went 5 days without being able to hear, which is absolutely
like a month.
insane. It was absolutely
and I
insane.
wasn't even experiencing it.
Nuts. You can watch the program. We're live at The Bone, YouTube, Facebook, and at theboneonline.com. It really is a cool thing that they've done here to make it easier for you to watch the program. They got nice little cameras in here that direct the whole thing themselves. We've got the Juice. She will be loose. Judge Juicy joins us today at 2 o'clock. I've got some observations that I'm ready to throw on her.
Ooh.
I've now usually in the morning when I'm looking through the news and stuff, I've started popping The Bone on YouTube, and I think it's 2 mornings in a row that I've had Johnny B on in the background. And I don't want to get too much into it, but I'll just say this. Dudes are at an all-time horny level for JoJo right now.
Oh, 100%.
And I don't know if it's because, not to be disrespectful, your cousin knocked the dust off that thing on the cruise, and she's just got her mojo back. But the horniness levels for Joj right now are peaking all around the Bone fam. So we'll touch on that with her, talk about the pending dating game that we're planning for the Bone Beach Bash, and throw some other stuff at her as well. So I was asking you right before we went on the air, and you said you did not know anything about this. I half want to talk about the actual issue, but secondly, want to have more of an observational conversation about the world of TikTok, because I've been kind of laid up. I was laid up for a couple days, spent more time on my phone than I normally do. And Monica just alluded to the fact you got yourself a bad an algorithm. You got yourself a bad doom scrolling algorithm, and that's possible. But if you didn't know any better and you got onto TikTok at any given time, you might think the world is ending, because the big thing, and I would love to hear from anybody who has a thought on TikTok in general or this specifically. And I pulled a couple videos to try and explain what is going on. So you have not heard anybody talking about the sun.
No,
I know that's a very strange general thing to ask you.
Yeah, but Nicole's on TikTok all the time, and usually she brings up stuff to me, and I'll go, like, for instance, you had the gummy bear story that we had at the end of the joints. She showed me that. I go, that has to be fake. You're not doing your research. Yeah. She finds stuff like this all the time. Nothing about the sun yet.
So this is, it seems, and again, this could be an algorithm thing. This could be a me thing. It's getting in my, they're getting in my my brain and know that I like bizarre stuff. But when I get onto TikTok and start scrolling, the number one thing that I'm seeing right now is that something, to keep it vague, something is going on with the sun. And I will say, just because I know it's not only me, I did see our buddy Mike from Mike's Weather Page posted a picture yesterday and said, "Are you guys seeing this sun? Something is up with the sun." And basically, there are two trains of thought and two separate things going on. Some people believing that the sun is in the wrong place at the wrong time and that it's rising and setting bizarrely. And the second just being that the sun, I know this is insane, and I'm not preaching this to you as fact. I'm just more giving an observation of what's going on the internet with millions and millions and millions of views. That the sun is somehow not really the sun that we're used to. That it's either some sort of simulation sun or a planet that we're not aware of. So this is one of the first clips. This guy's got a bunch of likes, and people are agreeing that the sun has been rising and setting in the wrong place.
I absolutely hate videos like this, but I am going for my morning freaking walk, and I have got to be tripping here, dog. I got to be tripping. Every morning I go for a walk, and every morning the sun glare is in the same freaking spot. Blinds me right from that direction. So tell me why the sun is over here. Why the hell is the sun over here?
And he does not point it out in this video, but the sun that he points to is the sun that everybody's talking about. That doesn't really look like the sun. It's I'm gonna bring this one up, and I'm gonna show you I want to show you what the picture looks like, because he explains it well.
This is what it looks like. It looks like a button on a video game controller. Like, are we serious?
That's real?
This comes from the creator Alan King Forever 731. Seen it from several others. Here's a couple other angles. This was in North Carolina, and this was the sun yesterday. Look at this. Like, are we serious? Some people have been speculating that they have replaced our
It
sun.
does look weird, man.
Also, how weird
it looks like the red circle,
because
because he said, what did he say? I forget what he said.
He said a button on a game controller.
It looks like if you type in red dot or red circle on your phone and that pops up as an emoji, that's what it looks like.
It's very, what is, and I pulled one more. I don't remember what this one was. I don't know if there's any good audio with this standby. Oh, this is, so this was in Florida. I think this may have even been local, and it's a family later in the evening, and their walk outside, and they're showing, at least what they claim they're showing, is that the sun is setting over here, the moon is behind them, and then they're filming a separate,
and that's not the sun. That can't be the sun, because the sunset is over there.
That's a planet.
The sunset is over there.
Mommy, that's a planet.
And the moon is up here.
So that must be a planet.
What?
I don't know what to make of it, but I mean, it's absolutely a thing that people seem to be gravitating to right now. So I go down this rabbit hole of like what people, like, if you had a real opinion on what it could possibly be, what could it be? And it's all very bizarre. It's like a secondary sun or a planet that like some off the wall astronomers believe is hiding behind the sun and only will show itself when there's like a doomsday scenario or something pending. More so than the actual issue. It just, as I'm scrolling through it over the past couple days, I'm thinking, what is this doing to people? Like if you are, first of all, maybe the sun's not really there. Maybe something is going on with the sun. I've seen a couple legit meteorologists comment on it who said that it's because of the Saharan African dust that is coming our way, and it just gives the sun a glare where it doesn't normally look like it should. But still, people love TikTok, and there was talk of it going away and stuff. And man, you get on the right or the wrong algorithm and spend an hour scrolling, you can believe that the sun is not really the sun and that the world is about to end.
Yeah, TikTok, they do zero research, most of them. They just like to get views, so anything that will get engaging. If Neil deGrasse Tyson says something's up with the sun, I'll listen. You know what I mean? Yeah. Some random kid who's probably not even done high school, don't give a F what he has to say most of the time.
Now, I don't know. He feels like he could be paid off by like big NASA or something. I need somebody a little more middle ground other than Neil deGrasse Tyson to be my aficionado. I don't know who it would be, but I feel like he could be paid off by somebody to be like, hey, we'd appreciate it, Neil, if you didn't tell people about the sun. Could you not do that?
There's been videos Neil deGrasse Tyson has done on movies where it's like, this movie's stupid because those constellations in the sky wouldn't be there at this time, or blah, blah, blah. He really looks into a lot of stuff. So I don't think he can be bought. I think he's just He's about the game, man. He doesn't want anything changed.
Maybe. So this was the term that is being tagged in a lot of these videos is called the Nibiru. Is a term with multiple meanings in Babylonian astronomy. It refers to a crossing or a point of transition relating to the equinox. In the context of pseudoscience, it's associated with a supposed impending cataclysm, often linked to a hypothetical planet or object that lives behind the sun. So bizarre, dude. So,
yeah.
And I mean, I feel fairly well adjusted. I don't believe at this exact moment in my life that the sun is not really the sun. But for many people out there, they seem to believe that we might have a fake sun rocking right now.
It's hard for a lot of people to ignore these TikToks when there's like 50 devoted to something just like this.
Dude, you look. The thing that got me last night was when I started getting on this tag and looking at them, and I'm like 5 million, 6 million.
Yeah.
32 million. You know what I mean? Like, and you look at the likes and you're like, there are so many people out there getting their information from places that are unregulated. It is funny. The first comment on that last video I showed you, the first comment says, these people voted, by the way.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, is right. We have a couple calls coming in. I don't know if anybody knows anything about the sun, but we'll find out. Senning Show, what's up with that sun?
It's a lighting flare. If you do anything with lighting in motion pictures, you'll know that it's a lighting flare. The Saharan dust, the clouds, and the sun are creating a lighting flare, which could make it look like there's two suns, could make it look like there's three suns, depending on where you're standing in the world.
Even the
people are stupid, John.
Well, I do know that. Thank you, Steve, and I do appreciate your.
This is not what we're seeing. That's not what we're seeing.
That is not. And I would say it's the color in these pictures that to me is interesting. I don't think I've seen the sun look like that before my very eyes. Have you?
No.
Like with my own eyes, I don't think I've seen.
No. But again, going down these TikTok holes when it comes to stuff like that can turn, I want to say, turn you into crazy. But
it can.
Yeah. Okay, so good. You're with me on that.
No, I think there is it's so weird, this conversation about censorship and just letting social media be the Wild West. You know, everybody feels like you're always infringing upon their rights. And I do think, even as somebody who likes to dig deeper into the weirder stuff than most, there should be a line somewhere.
Yeah.
Because we're also dealing with a population that is, I don't know if gullible seems like an undersell.
Yeah.
But just always looking for information and easy to buy into certain things. So it is it's just weird. It's just an interesting little subsect of our society that so many people believe so many things that would have been considered absolutely insane not that long ago.
A lot. So I remember way back, well, not way back, but a few months ago on Calta Show, let's say before the new lineup, Carmen and them were having an argument about the assassination of JFK. Yeah, and I can't remember the exact details, but Carmen's thing was something like, oh, well, that's a fake video or something like that. And it was just a whole thing that she saw on TikTok that turned into this big thing where they're like, you're not doing your research. Because simple research would tell you A, B, or C. You know what I mean?
Well, and now the idea of, and I think some things are real and they're not real. You know what I mean? Like, and that's even getting harder to define based on AI and different videos. But that's becoming, it's meaning less and less. Like exactly what you said, the idea of doing research. Like someone could go, well, where'd you do your research? Well, I went to the, Harvard, whoever it may be. I went to the Encyclopedia Britannica. And it's like, well, that's propaganda. Everybody knows that Britannica was bought off by the New World Order in 1962.
I could say NWA.
Whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? It's like people can now explain away anything, and it just makes it harder to find the truth. The other thing that's big on TikTok are these super vague videos where people are just like, are you feeling that? Have you been feeling that feeling lately?
Yeah.
Like it's so much like that's, oh, dude, there's a giant hawk chasing a bird right outside the window. Sorry, my ADD is acting up, but literally a giant hawk almost ate a bird right outside the window.
Whatever happened to Tweety Pablo?
Oh, yeah, Tweety Pablo.
How did you say that?
R.I.P. I don't know that he made it. But they just kind of get on there and go, are you feeling it in your bones? Something's not right. Something's coming. And it's just like, I'm sitting there watching it going, well, what is coming? Just kind of entertaining. If I'm like, if I'm looking through this through a different lens as a different person, this is freaking me. You know what I mean? Like I'm working myself into a lather thinking that the world is coming to an end.
You know what you're becoming? not just you, but people who do this around our age, we're becoming those old people who aren't able to keep up with technology and get bamboozled by stuff. The same way our grandparents get bamboozled by fake calls like, hey, give us your credit card, you big dummy.
Well, I'm still at the point where I'm observationally interested in these things. You know what I mean? Like where it's, what is this? Why is it catching so much fire? How are this many people believing it? I haven't quite turned the corner. I'm coming in here going, Diz, the sun is not real. And I need you to listen to me. So not saying that I couldn't get there one day. It's just the idea of these insane things that are fun to think about for a second, how they have woven themselves into people's minds on a grander scale than ever before. Sunshine Hotline, who's this?
Sunshine Hotline. Hey, this is Scott, John.
Scott, what's up, buddy?
Hey, I think Dizzy's got something there. Two things. One, the guy who called earlier about television production and just video production in general, he's right. There's a flare. It can cause you to see even 2 or 3 reflections of the sun like that. But Dizzy hit it. People don't want to do the research. Our society loves controversy. We love making stories up, and nobody wants to do research and just dissuade people away from that. Let's take that. Let's run with it. And there you are. You're running with it, aren't you, John?
Yeah, I mean, I'm running with something. I'm running with the conversation, like I said, and that's the thing.
And it's great.
And there are both sides of the coin. The extreme sides who I always will look at everything one time and go, what is this? Can I see this potentially being a thing? Like I'll just look and think about anything for at least a second. And there are those that will never get to that place. And I think somewhere in the sweet spot of being a full-blown conspiracy theorist, believing every wild thing that's ever thrown out there is one side of it. The other is what I see on my news every day on CNN is the truth, and that's it. And then somewhere in the middle is, I'd like to figure out what's really going on here. And there happens to be more voices and more people talking than ever before.
Yeah, if you just tell me, like I say, oh, how'd you find that out? They go TikTok. I go, probably not going to believe that.
Yeah.
But and I'm not saying I believe anything this person says, but when Spanish was on there and he'd have these crazy theories, but he'd back it up with some research he did, I go, maybe I'll do my own. It's at least piquing my interest where you showed me the counter side of it. Now I could go research that, or maybe counter your counter by looking up my own research and seeing where I build my theory on this. You know what I mean? So it's all about that research, though. If you're not giving me any research and you just go, I saw this on TikTok, I'm going to go, well, you're an idiot.
Well, and you want to know what's crazy? This phenomenon that's happened is that like the human brain stopped caring about that for so many people. You know what I mean? Is like the idea of trying to figure out if something is real. And I think the biggest, trust me, I'm not making this a political conversation at all, but the biggest place that it happens is in the political realm of social media, where people on both sides will just fire off these things that are, I mean, it would take you 2 seconds to go, nope, this is a manufactured tweet. This isn't a thing that really happened. But they post it, and then you'll have people that are going, this is fake. They're like, oh yeah, that's what you would say. You know what I mean? Like there is actually no desire for many people to find the truth. They want to find the things that back up what they want to believe, and it doesn't really matter if it's the truth. There's a big gap between those conversations and is the sun really the sun? But they're all in the same family in a weird way. In the social media realm.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. Did you do any research when you saw this? Did you start Googling
I went immediately.
Red Dot Sun?
I had seen people that I trust and respect, Paul Delgado being one of them, post about it 2 mornings ago, and he said, he's very vocal at just burying people on the internet that are posting dumb things about, creating the weather. And he's also big coming out against the chemtrails and things like that. So I saw him saying, this is not a new sun. This is not a fake sun. This is just the way that the sun appears when it gets this Saharan dust in front of it. And, I don't think that Paul Delgado from Fox 13 is sharing a false, truth. So that's what I believe. That's what I know because I trust him. It's more of just the phenomenon of it existing and so many people believing things in the year 2025 right now. So
yeah, I mean, Jess just shared a photo on Twitter with the same kind of sun, and it's from Star Wars.
Yeah,
and it's from Tatooine, which is all desert.
Yeah,
Sahara Desert. now it makes sense.
It's all coming together, dude.
Yeah.
See, we thought it was all a lie in the beginning, and now it turns out it's spot on. Senning Show, where to Sun be?
Yo, what's going on, guys?
Everett, what's up, dog? How you living?
Not bad, not bad. I got a few things, John. You got to bear with me. You know, you were sick, so it had me all upset. I got a lot.
I know. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry to scare
run
you,
through
buddy.
your bits.
Yeah.
All right, so the whole simulation thing. What if that is a real thing? And there's been plenty of simulations. And once the people in the simulation start to realize they're in a simulation, that's when they have to shut it down and the world ends.
Dude, I did see another crazy thing. This goes right along with what you're saying. I saw a thing last night. You want to know what is one of the most bizarre feelings on earth to me? That every time it happens, to me, it happens really, really, I feel it like in my bones, and I'm just curious what's going on, is the feeling of deja vu.
Oh,
Like that to me is one of the most unexplainable phenomenons that just when you feel something and you just have this overwhelming feeling, I've been here, I've seen it, I've done it, and I saw something, go figure, on TikTok. And it was just a dumb little thing. It said, what if that is your like all of the simulations for 1 second, the simulations aligned, and that there are multiple versions of reality. And for that one split second, you're doing the same thing. And that's what you're feeling it's not that you've lived it before. It's that you're living it in an alternate reality simultaneously.
That's exactly where I think we had this off air one day where I had deja vu and I said the same thing kind of. I think there's tons of unlimited versions of Dizzy doing different stuff, and kind of what you said. Me and another reality one are lined up, and that's why I'm having that deja vu, because we're all connected.
It's a crazy, when you get that and you get it really strong, it bugs me for a long time, because I just keep going like, why? I keep asking myself, where is that coming from? How did you feel what you felt? So,
when you feel it, do you go like I do, like something like that happens, you go, I know what's going to happen next. This is going to happen. Like, not like spot on, like, oh, a dog with 3 feet is going to walk by, but you're like, someone's about to call my phone in a couple minutes, and it happens. You're like, I've lived this.
Yeah, I think you're right. Good call, Everett. What else you got, dog?
Can you imagine 1,000 different Dizzies writing D's on glass windows?
Dude, all at the same time.
I think I was the only one that did it.
Yeah. That's this. We get this
I'm
Diz
Prime
only
Dizzy.
in
Yeah,
this
you get
timeline.
Prime Dizzy. Yeah.
Yeah, so, John, you kind of got me in trouble with my girlfriend on Saturday.
Okay, do tell.
As soon as I found out what was wrong with you, I got so upset. I went to the store. I bought a 12-pack of Trulies. I went into my shower, and I drank the whole 12-pack in my shower, just thinking about what would happen if John's not going to be here because of his ear infection.
Well, just so you know, I made it through. You didn't have to drink in the shower on my behalf. So I'm back, and hopefully better than ever. But
Why Trulies?
But I do appreciate that you were thinking of me. Yeah, is that your go-to, Bev?
What, do you guys sponsor one? I can rewind and say that.
No. I was curious too when you mentioned it. I almost wondered if you had a sponsorship with them.
No, they were buy one get one free. That's the only reason why I bought it.
Well, let's try this again. Say you were in the shower, but you were drinking kava. Go.
Yeah.
I was drinking kava. Oh, speaking of kava, I haven't talked about this yet. I'm doing a comedy show at Dignitary.
Did you know that?
Yeah, we're doing it.
Yeah. What's the date? June 28th.
June 28th, 8 p.m. Dignitary Kava. Hey, if you wanted to see Ian's place to begin with, here's the perfect situation. Now you get to get kava, kratom, whole bunch of other great drinks. They're going to have a food truck out there, and you're going to get a free comedy show. What else could you ask for?
Boom. Make your plans. June 28th. Everett, I'm going to try and make it out to see you, buddy. I appreciate you checking in. Thanks for checking up on me when I was dying.
Can you hear me now?
What? Do not go anywhere. When we come back, I'm a day late on this, but I found it to be such a great story. And it is the ultimate Florida story. And I'm hoping that it can lend to a larger conversation about the strangest things you've ever hit in your car, specifically of the animal variety. Because when you look at this, it's kind of surprising that it doesn't happen more often in the state of Florida, but we'll dig into that. And I also have a major concert announcement that broke just a short time ago, so stay tuned for all of that and much, much more. Teza Energy, I'm actually rocking a wintergreen today. It's a little bit different for me. I'm rocking a wintergreen pouch. You dip it between your cheek and your gum. It's going to give you focused, alert energy all day long. If you're trying to beat a habit, you want to quit dipping, vaping, smoking, even stay away from the snacks, Teza can help. I mentioned it yesterday, and I love talking about when I hear from wives who say, my husband's mouth was so gross. He had a Mountain Dew bottle that he was spitting tobacco in, and I never wanted to kiss him. And then he got on the Teza, and now I just want my tongue in there all the time. Let that be you. Get yourself Teza. Get your man some Teza. You can stock up at TezaEnergy.com. Use the code BONE20 for 20% off. And you can also get it now on Amazon. Subscribe and save. Get a box of Teza on your front door every single week. No matter how you get it, as long as you get a pouch in your mouth. Teza Energy. Why spit when you can swallow?
I don't know how it feels to hurt. Oh, and I ain't been lonely.
You're listening to Senning Show on 102.5 The Bone. Download the free Bone app to listen to us anywhere. Sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate. Get your guaranteed offer at markspain.com.
Thinking about buying your first home? Now, with Third Federal, you can buy your first home and pay no PMI. Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. Private mortgage insurance, or PMI, can cost thousands of dollars over the life of your loan. And you may not realize PMI doesn't protect you. It only protects the lender in case of default. But at Third Federal, you can buy a home with just 5% down and no PMI. Plus, first-time home buyers get $750 off a closing cost. So if you're thinking about buying your first home, go for it and visit thirdfederal.com.
Even before you find a home, lock in 6.625%, APR 6.685% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-3rd-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. See conditions for closing cost coupon at thirdfederal.com/FTHB. Equal housing lender.
When you enter a place of business, you're owed a legal duty that the place of business is safe for you to shop in. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you suffered an injury at a place of business, our duty is to protect you after that harm. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED, because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/radio, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Are you ready to elevate your social game? This is John Senning here for Kava Social Club in downtown Bradenton, your go-to spot for fun and relaxation 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This is not just any hangout. It's a community social club with incredible weekly events on Wednesday, karaoke night, where you can unleash that inner rock star. On Thursday, test your knowledge with trivia night, great questions, great prizes, and even better company. You need some relaxation? Well, treat yourself on any one of their many massage nights and let your stress just melt away. Showcase your talents at open mic night or strategize with fellow enthusiasts with the ever popular Sunday Chess Club. The night market is a must visit with local vendors, delicious food, and handcrafted goodies that are sure to make it a night to remember. Dive into the amazing events going on at Cavo Social Club today and visit them online at thecavosocialclub.com and on social media at Cavo Social Club. Cavo Social Club, where your vibe attracts your tribe. Boola, baby!
If you've been hurt in an accident, Burnett EPA is here with a quick response. One call and we're on it. It's fast, easy, and focused on you. Quick action, real results. Burnett EPA, we're ready. Offices Lakeland, Tampa, St. Pete.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym. Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone. I went through it a while back. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text. Text ENERGY to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text ENERGY to 42424. That's ENERGY to 42424. Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
It's officially time for Zero Res's annual summer sale. Take advantage and get 15% off all cleaning services. That's 15% off carpet, air ducts, area rugs, and more. Mention my name, Galvin, to secure this deal today or book online at ZeroResTampaBay.com.
O'Reilly. Did you know 1 in 4 car batteries is weak and needs to be replaced? O'Reilly Auto Parts will test your battery for free in or out of your vehicle. We can help you find the best battery for your vehicle and budget. O'Reilly Auto Parts has batteries starting at just $89.99. Get your battery tested for free today at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
Looking for a great lunch combo? Hooters, Surfside Seltzer, Metallica tickets, and JP? Join 1025 The Bone and the JP Show on Friday, June 6th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the original Hooters on Gulf to Bay. JP will be broadcasting live, and he will have your last shot at Metallica tickets. Pre-game with JP at the original Hooters with 1025 The Bone.
When it really matters, choose Farrah and Farrah. Here for you, here for good. Tampa.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
You might know nothing, but at least you'll know that thing. Brought to you by Just Call Mo, Tampa's injury attorney. That thing. It's time for That Thing, right now on Senning Show.
1, 2, you know what to do.
Welcome back to Senning Show, 800-771-1025.
Full moon
I'm John Senning. He's Dizzy.
Edge of the water, we were feeling all right.
Dude, crazy concert announcement earlier today. Oh, sorry. Whoop. Big Dirty Heads fan. Love Dirty Heads. Probably one of my, if not my favorite band over the past however many years. It's always exciting to see what they're going to announce for a summer tour. They always seem to come through the Tampa Bay area every summer. Different places, different times. And this one is as interesting of a lineup as I've seen. So they're doing 1, 2, 3, 4 shows in the state of Florida. October 26th here at England Brothers Park in Pinellas Park, which is a very interesting venue. If you've been there, you know. If you haven't, I don't want to downsell it, but it's a field in the middle of Pinellas Park. Dirty Heads And they've done some interesting stuff. They toured with Yellow Wolf. Like, they'll tour with some people that are maybe more in the hip-hop realm. Touring with this guy, Jake Owen, a full-blown country music star, artist.
That's interesting.
Right?
I mean, it kind of fits.
I guess so.
The laid-back style of that, you know?
Yeah, and maybe that's what I believe now that music is pretty much genreless. Like, I think specifically kids today, and even us. I mean, I think, like, we'll listen to anything at any given moment, from country to rap to rock and everything in between. But definitely the first time I've seen them do anything even remotely in the country realm, dude, I was playing this song when I was John Boy on 106.5 CTQ, the country station down in Sarasota. So I don't know that the dude's had, no offense, a major hit in a few years, but Dirty Heads Gone Country in Pinellas Park, October 26th. It'll be, and not to mention, the OG Whalers are also on the line.
Really?
Yeah, the original Whalers are opening up for both of them. So that's
that makes a little more sense.
Yeah, that feels obviously a little more reggae, but Jayco and Dirty Heads doing a bunch of dates in the state of Florida, and it should be a good time. We're going to get to this story about the motorcyclists that were injured when they collided with a creature on I-4. And then just a friendly reminder, $1,000 coming your way in just over 15 minutes. And I made the vow, and I'll stick to it. I'm going to give away that other pair for the Sunday show, Metallica, this Sunday. I will give that away today under the Do Nothing Chump rules, which means all you need to do is be listening during the commercial break and be the number one caller through when I say so, and you can win those tickets. Welcome to Senning Show. Who's this?
Hey, buddy, it's Lance. How are you?
Is this Michigan, Lance?
It is, man.
Dude,
how are you?
What the hell? How the hell are you, man? Dude,
Doing good.
I don't know any other way to say this, and it's gonna sound homoerotic. I've been thinking about you, Lance.
Hey, buddy. That's
Dude,
good.
I got the goodie bag that you delivered to Drew when you guys went golfing.
Yeah.
And I have so many questions and rave reviews about all of the goods. I got to get with you offline. But how the hell you been?
Well, I'll see you at the beach bash for sure.
You're gonna be there.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
yeah, I'll be there for the weekend.
Have you ever met Dizzy before?
Yeah, man. Me and Diz hang out for the Mike Calta tailgate.
Okay. Yeah, I look forward to.
We sneak off to the side a couple times.
I look forward to sneaking off with you. Repeatedly. Yeah.
I do know who you're talking about now because you with the bikes and stuff, right?
Man.
Okay.
Yep.
With a big old sexy beard. He's a Michigan man. He's dude. What's going on today, buddy?
Oh, not a whole lot, man. No, I was calling. Well, first of all, that Dirty Heads announcement, that's going to be a dope.
Yeah,
dope
that's crazy.
I'm down for that for sure. But yeah, so no, that the story that you're talking about, I think I know where you're going with the story. But I once ran over 2 deer at the same time on our smoking route back up in Michigan, back roads, and me and the boys.
I'm so glad you brought that up because that's pretty much where I was going with it. And I'll just throw it out there. 2 motorcyclists were taken to a hospital on Saturday after officials say they crashed into an alligator on I-4 in Volusia County. And, and that was the exact direction I was headed with it, was growing up in Michigan. Everybody hit deer all of the time. Dude,
I mean, I must have hit 5 or 6 in my life, but 2 in one time was pretty impressive, you know?
So did you go over that? Like, did they go under
literally
your car?
Ran them over. Yeah.
Dude.
Literally straight ran them over. It was wild.
What? I forget. What part of Michigan what part of Michigan are you from?
Battle Creek.
Okay, so yeah, at that point, it's all kind of the same as far as landscape and wildlife. Dude, a real scary instance that we had growing up was my mom had a early '90s Riviera, kind of real low to the ground, like pit ride. And dude, she had a deer come through. It was the middle of winter, came through her driver's side window.
Oh my god!
So it actually got in the window and was like beating up on her, like she was going down the road with the deer hanging out of her window.
That's crazy.
And I think I hit at least 2 or 3. It is when you live in the Midwest and up in Michigan specifically in those areas, I feel like hitting deer is like a rite of passage.
Definitely a thing.
Dude.
So one question I had about this motorcycle guy with the alligator, he was 67 and she was 25. I read the story. That's crazy.
Dude, yeah. The motorcyclist, 67-year-old DeLeon Springs man and a 25-year-old Orange City woman. He had himself a sweet little honey. We're both headed westbound in the inside lane when they collided with a gator. The impact caused both motorcyclists to veer off the interstate. Trooper said the 67-year-old crashed his Suzuki into a tree. They were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. It just, the first thing that popped in my mind when I saw it was, first, how many deer I've hit and how regular of an occurrence that is up north, and secondly, how this isn't more prevalent, that people aren't running over alligators and specifically motorcyclists, because it's one thing to run over an alligator with your car. It's another thing to run over an alligator with your motorcycle, because that feels like it could probably kill you.
Yeah, I'm on the roads a lot, but I've seen a couple of dead ones look like they've been hit, but I've never hit one, So.
Dude, well, I appreciate you checking in, Lance, and I look forward to...
Yeah, I got some plans for the beach bash, man. I'll see y'all out there.
I can't wait. You're the man, Lance. Thanks for checking in, dude. Later.
Yeah, my pops hit a deer once when we were coming back from Canada, and it sucked because we hit it way outside of Florida. I think we were like in Virginia, and then we had to ride all the way back to Florida with no AC and stuff like that.
Oh,
it was the worst, yeah. And the engine was almost totally messed up. It was through the mist, right? When you're driving through those roads and it's all misty out, and it just popped out and he hit it with the van.
Are they hitting deer? It's so crazy to me because like I just associate deer with not here because I live in St. Pete. We don't have deer in my neighborhood. I don't know where the nearest place that I could drive where there would be a deer. So I just associate it so much with growing up and having them all around and stuff. That being said, like Drew's neighborhood out in West Chase, you go in there's deer everywhere.
Yeah.
And I think there are a lot of neighborhoods like that, but for whatever reason, and maybe they're just underreported, people don't talk about it, or I'm not talking to the right people. I feel like not many people are hitting deer locally as they are in other places.
Well, the deer like that are in Drew's area and they're in my parents' neighborhood, they come out like early morning. Like I'm talking 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Most of the time you'll see them when everyone's still inside and it's quiet out, and they can come and like eat people's bushes and then retreat back in. But they don't really come close enough to the roads. At least the ones by my parents.
Dude, I don't know if there's anybody listening who has hit something a little more extravagant, but I know throughout the state of Florida, and honestly, it's not that hitting a deer is fun or cool or anything, but you can tell the story and you're like, I hit a deer, and there's lots of deer and whatever. Dude, the thing that happens in Florida all the time, the two big ones are bear up in like the Ocala National Forest, which. Can you imagine hitting a freaking bear? Like what that would just feel like if you're driving a regular car and you got like a 400-pound bear, what that impact would feel like. And secondly, the saddest of all, which is the number one cause of their death for an endangered species, is the Florida panther. I think that one would stick with me for a while. That one would bum me out. Like if I'm cruising down the interstate and I took out an endangered species, I think that one would bum me out a little bit. And they're supposedly spending more and more money to try and make like tunnels and bridges so that the different creatures can go over and under and stuff. But outside of that, I don't know what else people are hitting out here in the great state of Florida.
If I hit a panther, I'd wear it as a badge of honor.
Oh,
because
dude,
I would be like, I took out a panther. It'd be like, how? I'd be like, don't worry about it, but I have photos of it.
Dude, that's actually a good. Yeah, you could get it and then skin it and then like wear its pelt. You like wear its pelt everywhere you go as like as a badge of honor. Dude,
are we only counting animals? Because I've hit a city bus. Does that count?
It deserves a place in the conversation. A bus full of people that deserves a seat at the table.
It was literally like it was in Tampa side, and it was off Waters. There's like a YMCA right near there, and I was going down the street, and as you're driving down and the sun's setting, you cannot see
which sun. The real one,
the fake and the real one.
Oh wow, geez, both times.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And you cannot see the street lights because of where it's setting. And I was going straight. Thought it was a green light still. Bus came out thinking I'm going to stop, smack it right in the side. Because of that, they had to put up signs that say,
"Oh damn, look at
watch
you!
Watch out for the sign.
Oh man,
watch out here."
You've initiated change in the Tampa Bay area.
I thought I was for sure going to get sued, and everyone on that bus was going to
come for you,
come for me. And like the cop on the scene, he told me, he's like, I just looked at the tape because it was a camera thing, and he's like, you can't see here. Because even when he came to see me, he's like, I almost got in an accident.
You're like the Clearwater ferry guy on land.
Exactly.
Pretty much. Same damn thing.
Same money and everything.
The other interesting thing about hitting the deer up north is so many people keep the deer. Because it's so, the deer hunting lifestyle is so ingrained in the culture up there that 9 out of 10 people hunt for deer, or they know somebody who does. So they'll hit a deer, throw it in the back of the truck, take it up to the processing plant, and you've got burger and steaks and sausages for the next 6 months to eat on, which feels wrong, but it's a different place. And a lot of times I think people just. Like, there's probably Facebook pages where it's like, hey, looks like we got a fresh one on the side of I-69. Come on down, boys, and get yourself some.
It's funny because when we hit that deer, my dad said when we were leaving, he goes, they asked me if I was going to keep it. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, they're like, are you going to strap it to the top? You can keep it. You can take it away. He goes, no, I'm going to leave it here. Like, what do you mean?
Dude, we hit a deer. It honestly happened so many times throughout my life. It happened personally. It happened when I was in the car with my parents. It happened to them. And, dude, there was one, and I remember we were in the back seat on the interstate, and it was just – I just remember it looking fake because, like, we're going 70 miles an hour. And, dude, this deer comes out, and I think my mom was driving. And I just remember the deer going end over end.
Oh, really?
Just going down the interstate. After we hit it, the way that we hit it, it just tumbled what looked like forever and ever. And it was, that one stuck with me a little bit.
So when you hit it, though, did it go over the car, you're saying? Or did you hit it and it go flying?
No, this one went tumbling. From what I recall, it went tumbling in front of us. So I don't know if it was like running on an angle and then we just hit it from behind and then it just started tumbling. I just remember looking at it, not being able to fathom like how far that deer was rolling. It was like going and going.
When we hit the deer, I remember like we were all like, where is it? My dad's like, up there. Like, you said you hit it. He goes, yeah, it went flying.
Yeah, dude,
and it was like far ahead of us. We're like, what?
They really do. I mean, dude, the Ford Explorer that I drove all throughout high school, for the majority of the time that I drove it, the whole back end was smashed in from a deer that I didn't really hit it. It hit me. Like, it ran out of the woods and I didn't even know what happened. I looked over my shoulder and it just ran right into to the side of my car.
Yeah, we were in like a Ford Windstar, like a van when we hit it.
That's a good deer hitting van.
That is. Ford builds great deer hitting cars.
The deer killers. Senning Show Roadkill Hotline. What's up?
Hey, good afternoon, guys. This is Lewis. How you guys doing?
Lewis, doing pretty damn good. What's up with you?
Hey, so I'm a truck driver. I've logged hundreds of thousands of miles, and I remember about 20 years ago, one night on 70, between 27 and Okeechobee, 20-minute span, I hit a gator and a hog.
Oh, dude, a hog. That is we have been remiss in not mentioning a wild hog. Now, obviously, in a big rig like you have, probably not too much damage. But if you had a little sports car or a smaller car and you hit the right hog, that would probably F you up pretty good.
Yeah, I found a hunk of hog hair sitting on the landing gear of my trailer when I got to my stop.
Oh, damn. So
pretty nasty.
For that, in a big truck like that, it probably just incinerates whatever animal you hit, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Another time I was going across 72, and I slowed down. There was a cow in the road, and another truck tried to pass me, and he slammed right into the cow passing me.
Oh, dude, a cow. And those are just solid. Like, they're not even moving. That's like hitting a brick wall of meat.
Oh, yeah, it totaled his semi.
Dude, that's crazy, man. I appreciate you checking in, buddy. Have a good one.
He should have had a Ford.
Yeah.
Dude,
Ford obliterating road deer.
Reindeer. Yeah, well, either way, road deer is good, too.
Road deers.
Road deer. Yeah, you're onto something. Dude, the pigs, too. Another thing that doesn't feel like they should just be roaming around. Like, we used to...
Where do you see pigs roaming?
Well, so they're not... like right here in front of our face right now, but they are everywhere. And when we moved, when we lived down in the Parish area for a little bit, it's the most, like, I associate pigs with a farm. Like, they're farm animals. You see them. Something about seeing like 15 pigs with little baby pigs, giant pigs, just on the side of the road and running across the road is, dude, you don't know about the pigs, dude? We're in the middle of the hogpocalypse, dude.
Hogpocalypse?
Dude, the pigs are taking over. They're going to ruin our lives. It's happening slowly but surely. This isn't a TikTok thing either. This is
a Senning thing.
You can Google the hogpocalypse. You can Google the I think what they actually called it was the hog bomb, in that it's just there's certain areas. I know Texas is bad and certain areas of Florida are bad where they're repopulating so much that there's nothing you can do. There's actually some places where they go up in these fields out in Texas, and they go up in a helicopter with a machine gun, and they just go. I'm being serious, dude. They just go over these fields, and they just wipe out hundreds of pigs all at one time because they ruin the farmers' fields.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you can kill them, legit.
And then you'll have pork for days.
I guess so. I don't know that I've eaten straight up wild pig. People tell me that there's certain things you can do to it to make it taste better, and that it's good to eat. I don't think I've been served a pig that somebody killed themselves.
What's the wildest thing you've eaten? Like, is just fish?
No,
like
I've
fish in the ocean.
No, I've eaten some weird stuff in my day. I mean, I've had bear, I've had kangaroo.
But those are like presented at like restaurants.
Yeah,
not like
yeah.
someone killed it. They're like, try this hog.
Probably. Yeah, probably deer. I mean,
Deer?
we ate a lot of deer growing up. I mean, I still like to test stuff from Wild Forks. I mean, I've got elk in my freezer right now that I really, really like. I don't think those things are rare. Elk, bison, all of those things. But yeah, as far as like having it in the home and cooking it, that was like killed by somebody that I know or came from somewhere, probably a deer.
Okay.
I think.
I don't think I have that many. I think it was just like random. It's never a big animal. It's like duck.
Did you end up getting duck, by the way?
From Wild Fork?
Yeah.
No, she just got remember
Oh,
the
that was
crab?
was that. What was the idea with the duck? She just had an idea that she wanted to cook duck?
Apparently she's been telling me weeks she's gonna make a duck, and then I asked her, like, did you get duck? John said you were getting duck.
Yeah.
She's like, no.
Oh yeah, well,
Got crab legs.
let me know if she ends up going with the duck. Senning Show, who's this?
Hey, John and Dizzy, it's Golf Cart K up in Brooksville,
Hey.
in Hernando County.
Golf Cart
Hey guys,
K.
hey, so
how you doing?
John, hey, I just wanted to let you know I met your buddy Dylan yesterday.
You did?
At a birthday. I did, and I told him that you gave a big shout out to him, and he was very appreciative. He says he's feeling much better. He did give me an update on you being in the hospital, though, so I made sure I tuned in yesterday, so I'm glad you're feeling better.
Thank you. Yes, I actually was looking at my barber Dylan's social media right before I came on, and I got to. Nobody's commented on it yet. Diz, have you noticed that I haven't shaved this part of my face, and I'm starting to look very Sasquatch-esque? Have you noticed that? Secretly,
there's buildup here on the
yeah.
cheeks?
Well, because I have a vision, so I'm going like unkempt before I eventually do what I'm going to do. But I'm getting to the point where I'm looking fairly homeless right now.
I wouldn't say homeless.
Yeah.
I do see that it's scruffier than normal.
I have a vision, so I'm going to clean it up soon. Yeah.
So I wanted to give you that shout out.
I appreciate
and
you,
shout
Kay.
out to Dylan. And
Thank you,
I
Kay.
also wanted to let you guys know that up here in Hernando County, the wild hogs are huge. You've got to really watch out for them. Deer, rattlesnakes, raccoons, possums.
So everything.
All that. Anything. Yeah.
You got
you got to watch out on these back roads up here for sure.
It is.
For sure.
Some of these places, and Diz kind of looked at me crazy when I said hogs, but some of these hogs, that rooting and all that stuff that they do, they can just terrorize certain areas.
We have one on our property here that we're guesstimating. We're seeing him on the camera. He's between 300 and 400 pounds.
That is insane.
So,
just a big ass pig out there roaming the earth amongst us. Well, Kay, I always appreciate you hearing from you. Thanks for checking in.
I love you guys. Thank you, John.
Yep, love
Thank
you too.
you. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. Dude, this was. So I know the hogs have to die. They're a nuisance and stuff. Dude, one time we were at my parents' and they have like all this wooded area behind them where we would go like drive the golf cart and stuff, and people use that for hunting grounds. And they had a hog trap. And dude, we went back there, and this thing is no joke. The trap itself is as big as that half of the whole desk over there. And dude, this pig, I don't know how big it was. Was it 300 pounds? Maybe. I felt so damn bad for that thing.
Why?
I mean, I know that it needed to die and stuff, but like it was still traumatizing to just come up on it, and it's just in this cage, like just big enough for it to barely move, and it's got blood coming out of its face, and I don't know how long is the morally acceptable time that you can keep a hog in a cage like that, but I have come upon a trap with a hog in it, and as much of a nuisance as they are, still seem kind of nice.
I hear they're fast as hell too. Like they could run up on you and nail you
dude.
before you could jump out the way, type stuff.
Dude, they'll get you, man. I think they're probably the underrated killer of Florida.
You don't think you could kill one hog by yourself
with my bare hands?
Yeah.
No.
What about a rock? A nice
with
rock.
a rock?
Yeah, a nice rock.
Probably. The problem is that I think the concern would be if you get one that has the tusks.
Oh, yeah, it'll impale you.
Because some of them have the tusks, and they will they'll just get you. You'll just be done. You'll be bleeding out before you even know what's going on. You want $1,000? Well, go get it. This hour's keyword is, this seems a little too easy. This hour's keyword is Tuesday. Head to the 102.5 The Bone app now and enter Tuesday before 30 minutes past the top of the hour, and the $1,000 Bone bonus could be yours. If you get a call from a number that you don't recognize here in the next hour, just know it could be somebody from the station telling you that you won $1,000. It's the day of the week. It's Tuesday. Go get that money. Make sure you shout us out to the operator if you do. Don't go anywhere. We come back. It's that time of the week. The judge is in. Judge Juicy joins us. We're going to give you a little update. Diz is working on some things for the JoJo dating game. I have some thoughts on the juice being loose, and we'll throw some scenarios that need a little bit of help her way as well with more Senning Show.
The water is clean. That's a good place to begin, to wash away all the fear and let the laughter back in. So tell me, what are you?
Power up with big savings from Hawkins Service Co. this June. You can get free surge protection when you spend over $250 on electrical service. You need generator maintenance, you're in luck. $50 off this month, or you can go big and get $500 off a whole home Generac generator with install. Don't wait until the storms are here. Protect yourself today. These specials run through June 30th. One of the greatest things of many about Hawkins is that they handle everything from HVAC, plumbing, electrical, pool repair. One call really does handle it all. No need to find a bunch of different service companies when they have got you covered. Book it today, and first-time Bone listeners get 10% off. 813-445-8209, and always online at hawkinsserviceco.com.
If we don't stop, it goes on and on. Tell me, what are you running from? 'Cause in the end, it's only fear in love.
You're listening to Senning Show on 102.5 The Bone. Let's have some summer fun in the summer sun, Bone fam. It's the Neutral Summer of Music, presented by Neutral. Win tickets to some of the summer's biggest shows, like Thomas Rhett, Katy Perry, Jason Aldean, and more. Plus, score Neutral summer gear, including hats and coolers. Scan the QR code at participating Florida Circle K's, Miller's Ale House, or at the Blind Goat in Tampa to enter. Neutral. Keep it tasty. Visit theboneonline.com for more details.
Hurt in a slip and fall? Take back control of your life. Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
The heat is on, and when the heat is on, your AC is on, and when your AC is on, your money is gone. Power companies love it, but Solar Bear says enough is enough. Stop renting your power from the power companies. Go solar now and own your power and get your first 12 months completely free. That's 0 power payments for an entire year. Solar Bear is Florida's local solar expert, not some national chain. With over a decade of experience and thousands of 5-star reviews, they're the name you can trust. Call Solar Bear today or visit solarbear.com and start saving before your next bill shows up.
When you get hurt, you don't want to end up on the injured list. You want to get back in the game stronger than ever. At Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, we fight for you, making sure big insurance doesn't throw you a curveball. With over $25 billion recovered, we're the home run hitters you need.
This is gone.
Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Morgan & Morgan is responsible for this ad. John Morgan is licensed in Florida and Tennessee. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
It's IDC's most anticipated event of the year. 0% financing for 5 years. That's right. High interest rates have been put on hold at International Diamond Center. Now through June, you can make any purchase and spread your payments out to 2030 without paying a dime in interest. Engagement rings, wedding bands, eternity bands, earrings, pendants, and our largest selection ever of certified hand-picked diamonds and exclusive designer fashion jewelry. Pick any item, celebrate your love, get the value price you deserve, then spread your payments over 5 years. That $6,000 pair of diamond earrings is just $100 a month. That $12,000 engagement ring is just $200 a month. Everything's affordable with this amazing offer. 0 interest all the way to 2030. There's just one catch. This is a limited time offer just for the month of June. So don't wait. Let IDC help you get the jewelry you've been dreaming of at a price and payment you didn't think was possible anymore. International Diamond Center in Tampa, Clearwater, Bridgewater, Lakeland, and Sarasota. Excludes Rolex. Details and more at shopidc.com on approved credit.
Market volatility isn't slowing down. If you're nearing retirement, now is not the time to wait and see. Every day of uncertainty can put your future at risk. It's time to diversify. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I want you to know you can create certainty, locking in guaranteed income for life. This means predictable, stable cash flow, even in turbulent times. You've worked too hard to leave your retirement to chance. Right now, there are options to receive up to 30% upfront or annual growth of up to 10% for retirement income. That's up to $30,000 upfront or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't wait. Call Trajan today at 813-550-1000. That's 813-550-1000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Any examples provided are hypothetical. Annuities are issued with prospectus and sales brochures and should be reviewed carefully before funding as features and benefits vary. DBA in most states as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
Time marches on, and a lot has changed. But one thing has not changed. Washington regulations on local stations. Regulations that make it tough for local TV and radio stations to compete with global big tech platforms. If you want to keep local news, weather, and live sports on TV and radio, we need updated regulations. Tell Washington to modernize the rules to help local stations compete. Learn more at nab.org/modernize the rules. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Mike Calta here from my friends at Zen Film Solutions. You can find them online at zenfilmsolutions.com or give them a call at 813-TINTING. Because if you're driving around in a car in Florida with no tint, you are crazy. Factory smoke glass does nothing for heat rejection. And if you want to protect yourself from love bugs this season, get paint protection for your car, windshield protection film, and color-changing wraps. If you're driving around in a car and you don't like the color, simply change it with a wrap. Hit them up online at zenfilmsolutions.com or call them up at 813-TINTING and tell them Mike Calta sent you.
Oh, hi there. This is Attorney Patrick Smith inviting you to tune into The Bone this Saturday and every Saturday from 8 to 9 a.m. for the Attorney Patrick Smith Show, where you can get all of your legal questions answered. So tune in this Saturday from 8 to 9 a.m. right here on The Bone for the Attorney Patrick Smith Show.
For decades, Camtech School of Construction has been the leader in preparing thousands of people to advance their career as a licensed contractor. Join Camtech's free info seminar this Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Tampa AC Hotel by Marriott, 4020 West Boy Scout Boulevard, 1-800-875-PASS, camtechschool.com.
Pin Chasers has 4 area locations, and they would like to invite you to get out of this brutal Florida weather and into some indoor bowling fun. You can join a league. You can host a party. It's a great place to keep your kids busy this summer, and 4 area locations to serve you, from Brandon to Zephyr Hills to Hillsborough County as well. Go to pinchasers.net to reserve a lane or check out nightly specials.
Bowling, food, and fun at Pin Chasers.
Hey, it's Mike Rohn. If I have a choice, I like to do business with companies that actually stand for something. That's why I switched from Verizon to Pure Talk. No offense to Verizon, I'm sure they stand for something. I just don't know what it is. Pure Talk, on the other hand, is a veteran-owned company that supports our military in a big way, and I appreciate that. Yeah, I also appreciate unlimited talk and text and plenty of data for half the cost of the big guys, and I do like being on America's most dependable 5G network for just $20 a month. But what I really appreciate is no contract, no cancellation fees, and Pure Talk's commitment to handle all their customer service in this country. I saw it for myself. I went to Georgia, I got a tour of their headquarters, I met their CEO, and I talked to the same customer service folks that you'll talk to when you dial pound 250 and say keyword micro. Switch today and save 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say keyword micro. Pure Talk, a wireless company that actually stands for something.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 1073 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio. And now, back to Senning Show. With your host, John Senning.
Sick and tired of hearing all these people talk about what's the deal with this pop life and when is it gonna fade out? The thing you got to realize what we're doing is not
Juice. The juice is loose. It's JoJo.
what I wear around my neck. All that matters is you recognize that it's just about respect. All the clothes I wear.
to Senning Show. I'm John Senning. He's Dizzy. Every Tuesday at around 2 o'clock, we like to bring in the judge. Judge Juicy, that is. The lovely JoJo. Who I was making this observation earlier. I feel like the horny bone men are hornier for you than ever before. Are you feeling that?
Oh, really?
Well, was it between today and yesterday? I heard like 3 men calling Johnny B. They were literally just calling. We're like, I'm watching Bone TV, and Jode, you're looking so hot.
I don't watch Bone.
You're looking so hot. You got somebody called her and said you got this dominatrix things going on right now.
Yes, she does.
In the classes, and I just not that I'm afraid to dig deep with you, but post cruise when you commingled with JoJo, Dizzy's cousin, there was this ongoing kind of joke that Mama got her groove back.
Correct.
And I can't help but feel like maybe that is a real thing. Is it? Do you feel like more of a sexual being since your cruise excursion? Because I feel like people are picking up on that in a good way. I mean,
well, I definitely think it helped, like me and my confidence and just feeling better about myself.
I will say,
although now I still feel like a piece of garbage, but
when I was doing the after show, I would get tons of DMs of people being like, can you switch Ethan with JoJo? Like, I love Ethan, but I want to see JoJo.
Oh, because
they didn't have all these cameras. It was just 1 and 2.
I will say,
I don't the bone thing. I don't see that.
We
all the
are
messages.
the bone. I mean this as a whole, but specifically when I'm speaking of this show, we're underutilizing the horniness of the listeners.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I think that is a bit of a hack of a system. Because there's just so many horny men out there that seem to be completely infatuated with JoJo. Did you ever, was there ever any further communication with the dude, with the I don't even know how to frame it. The guy that reached out to you.
Decent proposal?
Yeah, that was asking you for, photos?
No, I wonder.
What was his fake name?
I don't know.
Oh. Do you remember what it was?
Julian? No. Justin.
Yeah,
Justin.
It was Justin.
It was Justin.
Oh, it was so hard for her to come up with that.
I don't remember. How could I? I just can't even think. I can't even think of it.
I love Justin Timberlake, so I remember.
Oh, that must be it. So so once things got a little heated up around here, he finally disappeared, or you blocked him, or
I didn't block him. Haven't heard from him.
It's because I think we were unraveling that he's lying about a lot of stuff, and he started
everything.
Yeah, he.
I'm in a meeting now. I can't talk. Shut up! You ain't in no meeting. You're at home whacking it.
He got a little scared. So we're talking about
that
this.
Was funny. I forgot about that.
That was a great. That was. I look at that as a hallmark moment in the early Senning Show days. The fact we were able to capitalize on this dude.
I mean, maybe I just say hi and see how things are going.
You had a great roll up because I almost died. You had the indecent proposal. Couldn't come at a better time.
It worked really well. Thank you guys for putting your life and sexuality on the line for me. Now there's this discussion about a dating game.
I don't think it's necessary.
Well, I guess this is a 2-part thing. Are you absolutely in for the Bone Beach Bash, for the Summer Bone Beach Bash? Are you absolutely in? And then I guess the caveat question is there a possibility you're going to be like wifed up before mid-July?
I highly doubt.
And I don't mean wifed up like literally married. I mean, are there any conversations with anybody that
Why are you looking at him?
I don't know. He kind of looked at me.
Oh, why are you looking at him?
I don't know. He gave me like a weird side eye, like he knew
Why are you
something.
guys flirting with each other?
I laughed when you said the idea.
Yeah, so I'm just wondering.
Because that's crazy to you?
Yeah, ain't no one going to tame this beast over here. This wild
now I'm
animal.
a beast.
Yeah.
Now I'm a beast.
Well, like a sexual beast.
Yeah, sexual beast.
Like in a good way.
No, I will not be. I will not be wifed up.
But I don't mean wifed up.
I know.
I mean, is there possibly going to be
I guess anything is possible, but I don't.
That will throw a wrench in this whole thing.
I don't foresee that happening, but I, don't know. I can't.
So you're not willing to.
I can't Kreskin it. I don't know.
Well, we want to make sure that this broadcast is special. It's going to be in front of potentially hundreds of people live at the Sky Beach Resort. So, I mean, I'm not trying to force your hand here, but we need to know: are you in or are you out? No pressure.
Oh, like going to the festivities?
No,
I'll be there that weekend.
No, we need you to be up. I'm asking you about the dating game that will feature.
What I need to know what this entails.
It will feature JoJo. I mean, and I don't know. This I think has some updates, but the vision was it will be a blind dating game where it will feature JoJo, Dizzy's cousin, hopefully feature Doug, JP's friend, and then 2 other randos. And based on their answers to questions and different things like that, you'll pick the one that you like the most, and then that may be a rando, and it may be one of the ones that you're already familiar with.
Okay, and then what happens?
So I was thinking, if this works, the way it would work is we would have X amount of questions.
Okay.
We'd have all the guys lined up on one side of the stage or whatever we're doing.
Okay.
You on the other. And every time you pick them, they'd move closer and closer and closer to you.
But she wouldn't know?
No. You would obviously get the answers from them, but I would read out the answers. So then you can't be like, oh, well, that's Doug's answer or that's Joe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just blind. They're just moving closer to you.
And then what happens?
You F them on stage.
Yeah, and then we end the show and we do a live sex performance out of the. Dude, it's kind of like what you're kind of explaining. I could be, and I know you remember this, Joe, because it was prime '90s MTV. Kind of reminds me of Singled Out. Did you ever watch that?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It was that not similar?
I can't remember. In fact, we could
They
even
got
go.
she would smack the badges on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had, once they got so many, they were.
We can go like highest and then like, oh, that's the top answer. That's the bottom answer. And someone can get eliminated till there's the closest to you.
All right.
We can
Well,
workshop it.
why don't you?
Either way, you're effing whoever wins.
Well, that I don't feel comfortable saying that, but it might be funny, like to set you guys up on a little something. Like maybe you got it's too bad. It's too bad that Sexy Mark wasn't in on it, because we could have him a whole thing where like the real thing. And we need somebody with a boat. This just came to me. Right as soon as we find out who the winner is, you two walk off stage onto a boat, onto a sunset cruise.
Yes.
Bottle of wine, vibes right. Again, we need somebody with a boat, and this may be a little ambitious, but the vision is nice.
I would boat ride with the winner.
With the winner. And,
You're in.
I mean,
JoJo's in.
Of course, you don't have to. You know, nobody's forcing you to do anything with anybody.
Oh,
I know. Oh, well, I mean,
aware.
just so you know.
Oddly enough, I think the harder sell will be JoJo, not you, JoJo.
Oh, see, that's the other thing.
I thought
too.
he'd be the easiest.
We're talking about
No,
this,
I didn't.
and I don't know Doug or your cousin JoJo very well, so I didn't know if my first thought was Doug was not going to want to have anything to do with this.
I think Doug is. He'll play like I haven't proposed it to him, but he seems more into the idea of playing ball with us.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So have you touched base with your cousin?
Yes. He's on the fence about it, which was crazy to me.
What?
And it wasn't because he hated that. He said when I kind of gave him the idea, he goes, "Yeah, I don't know about that. I already know I'm the best fit." And they put a laughing face, like a crying laughing face.
And when he means fit, he means fit.
Yeah.
He's like, I know my fit.
I'm the best stretch for her.
He's like,
Oh my God.
He was like, once you taste this big gulp, you never go back, baby. Well, so there's. It sounds like, from what I'm hearing, there may be more. I don't know if feelings are the word, but like he doesn't want to be a part of a game for JoJo because he just wants
JoJo
to be locked in for JoJo.
Yeah, I think he's more. He says like, "Oh, I'm the best fit." I think he's nervous. He will not win.
Because is there an update there? Anything
No.
you need to share? Just
Nothing to share.
some mild communication or no communication?
I haven't talked to him in a while.
Weeks.
What's a while? Yeah,
Weeks?
A week.
that's not bad.
Well, I mean, it just depends on what direction you're going. It's either if it was the direction that we picked up on the phone that day when he called in, then it's weird.
Right.
If you're like texting him, "Oh my God, where are you, baby? I miss you. I love you."
No.
Okay.
I mean, no. But I mean, I just thought we were going to hang and have more fun.
Hey, there's your side, his side, and the truth, right?
The old hang and bang.
Yes. Yes.
How's your communication regularity with Doug?
I would.
Is it higher or lower than?
I would say about the same. I mean, like we will message or send, but it's not like a consistent every day. Okay. Every few days.
It sounds like these are some good competitors, though. But it does sound like your cousin is not interested.
Yeah, I'm gonna workshop it with him.
Can we bribe him?
Well, I don't need you to bribe somebody to play a dating
That's
game
actually
with
a good
me.
point. That was offensive for me to say that.
No,
I do apologize.
no. I just feel like, but I don't know which way he meant it. So I'm trying not to be presumptuous,
I might pull up
but
to his house
also.
today.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, because I got a train over there in on Tampa side, and he's not far from the field, so I'm probably gonna go pull over to his house and be like, What's the issue?
Well, I just feel like maybe he just feels uncomfortable, like in general, like
being out and putting himself out there.
I
Like,
mean,
the guy who was all over the cruise and hanging out and
is he got a
firing
room?
guns to people?
Is he like staying? Do you know at the resort?
I doubt it. He didn't really. When the rooms were available, he kind of knew about it, but didn't. He would have told me, like, I got
he slept on it maybe. Well, either way, I hope we can pull off some version of it. It's fun to talk about right now, but it is going to be about a month away, so hopefully we can
That's
lock
crazy.
in.
And for the record, he has a backup room, if you know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean. Oh, a backup. Oh, yeah. He
who
does.
says who?
Says those
Yeah, that
eyes.
would see. That would be my concern. And again, not that you do not owe anything to anybody ever, but it would be funny. Let's just say that one of these randos that we pick, you end up picking them, and then they're there all weekend, and then you're just canoodled up with JoJo all weekend long. Not who cares, but that's how I foresee it going. Like Jim the trucker wins because you like the answers to his questions, and then you don't talk to him all weekend, and you're just 69 with JoJo.
I already know who I'm picking for my.
Oh, you got one?
Yeah. Do you want to? No, never mind. I'll say it off air.
Yeah.
Don't be mean about it.
I'll say it off air.
Don't.
It was a joke that I was going to say on air. Don't want to say it on air.
Oh,
Yeah.
Shut the mic off.
Oh,
That's fine. Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, that's so mean.
Actually, I thought you were going to say a different name.
Yeah.
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 Exactly. That's where I thought you were headed with it. So it's under advisement. We're going to try and tighten it up and hopefully have something to present to you at the Bone Beach Bash. It is sold out, but you could still come and hang Friday during the day, Saturday all day as well. It's going to be a hell of a time. I wanted to bring it up just because I had forgotten about it. This is not necessarily a Judge Juicy topic, but I saw the video last night.
Yes.
You brought it up as soon as you walked in the room, and I was so
Because I always feel like I
by
want
it.
to send you stuff when I see certain things or whatever, and I'm like, nope, I don't want to be annoying to these people.
no.
They go through, they do
Always-
their research, and they know what's
Always.
going on.
Always, and even I can feel like I've touched every inch of the internet, and then Diz will send me stuff, and I go, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I didn't. So I think it's just different cycles. In this one, a panicked 19-year-old woman plunged to her death after she frantically unbuckled her harness while she was parasailing. She was on vacation in Serbia. It's on video.
It's on video.
Have you seen this, Diz?
No.
Dude,
Oh, it's
so this
wild.
chick, she is. So all the comments said that she was doing this because she's like a TikToker and she was doing it for clicks. Like she was trying to look cool, unbuckling. She was doing something to look cool while she was up parasailing. So she starts unbuckling her belt. She finally manages to break free from the waist buckle, and she's trying to kind of wriggle free at some point. I don't know what her goal was.
Right.
They say it's not clear why she did any of this, but she falls out of the parasail, and it's all on tape. And it's,
But then I thought I read that they were saying she was screaming, help me, like she was having a panic attack being
Maybe.
up there that high.
yeah.
And that she was like, but then, people in the comments, they said, if you have a panic attack, you're not going to undo. You're going to grab on. You're going to close your eyes.
Yeah.
You're going to, you're not going to try to get out of it like you're claustrophobic. You know what I mean?
Dude, I used to think that I wanted to go parasailing. I worked at the Ruby Tuesdays in the Villages with their two twin sisters. They were both hostesses, and they both worked there.
Molly and Polly.
Yes, and they went to this. I'm sorry, this story has a sad ending, but they went to New Smyrna Beach like just one weekend. We all worked together. Like, we're going to New Smyrna Beach, and they were parasailing together, and a rogue wind caught them, and they slammed into the side of a hotel, and one of them died.
Oh, God.
And the other one was like messed. She came back like 6 months later. I don't know the nice way to say it. It's like deformed. She had major issues to her in her twin sister.
They were twins?
They were twins.
Oh, imagine seeing like a version of yourself die right in front of you.
And I mean, they just said it was they were parasailing like close to shore, and some sort of rogue wind came and slammed them into the side of a hotel.
Good God. I mean, I've been parasailing before, but
yeah, I don't know.
I'll never do
they
it.
go out far away from
I don't think
buildings.
I don't think I want to do it.
No.
I don't think. My own
But
thing is I
also,
don't think
it was
I'd be able
weird to me
enjoy it.
she didn't have a life jacket on.
That's not going to
Even-
help you against the side of a building?
No, I'm saying though, like for her to fall out, like you still have a life
Oh.
jacket on, and then you're harnessed into the parasail.
Right.
So even if she undid like her seat, she should have still had a life jacket on.
Well,
I mean, you're going to fall and hit hard, I understand, but she still didn't have
that was
proper...
my thing. You have a life jacket, but you crush your bones on the way down. You're still going to drown.
You don't know which one's which because I guess it is possible that you hit the water and you're unconscious and then you have a chance where you could live, but if you're unconscious and you're fit, you know what I mean? Like if you're in a life jacket, maybe you have a chance. A bunch of people are calling. Do we dare see what they want?
Sure.
I guarantee horny men. Senning Show, you're live on the air. The judge is in. Judge Juicy, that is.
Hey, Senning, I know you moved on, but I got a funny story about roadkill, if you'll allow.
I'm going to hold on to that. If you want to hang, you can, but I want to try and keep it. I want to try and keep it in this realm for now. Senning Show, you're live on the air. Who's this?
Senning Show, John. How are you?
I'm doing good. Viking guy, what's up, brother?
Hey, I wanted to ring in. Yeah, I just wanted to say hi and want to know if you got any extra tickets hanging around. Me and my buddy want to go see a concert.
Maybe. I don't know what exactly. I'm also going to throw you on hold as well. Thank you. A good example of why we like to keep this one in house. I found this one to be so interesting because I have experienced people like this my entire life.
Okay.
And I think we all have. And I'm curious how the judge rules. Dear Judge Juicy, how do you handle a friend who never stops talking? My longtime friend has always been a good storyteller, but as we become older, she hijacks every conversation when we get together. She's oblivious to verbal or body cues that the rest of us seem to understand. She doesn't want to listen to anything I have to say. She only wants to tell her own stories. I come away from these gatherings feeling angry and frustrated. I don't even know if I want to be friends with her anymore, even though it's a lifelong relationship.
Well, I mean, how did we get this far?
I have known people like this my entire life. There are people that I can think of right now. I'm not going to name them.
Oh, come on.
Not in this room.
Oh.
I'll say this. There's somebody that my wife is very good friends with.
Okay.
Who is this. And it's just every time we get together, you have those people in your life where it's like you feel like they don't really care. Like you can be friends with them and you can be friends forever.
But do we say anything to these people or no?
Well, that's where the judge comes in. How do you say to somebody, is that it? I feel like you don't care about me. I need you to shut your mouth.
I mean, I feel like in different conversations, I would look at them and just say, oh, maybe we let somebody else have a chance to talk, or, maybe you take a breath and let somebody else carry on the conversation, or listen to what somebody else has to. Like, I feel if you're friends with somebody for this long, then you should be able to call them out on their stuff.
That's a good point. You should be able to be like, stop taking the scenic route on conversation.
Yeah.
And get there, dog.
That is, I get what you're saying, and it is interesting how friendships can get that far along, and it does seem that often some people like turn into that. Like I know people in my life that maybe didn't always seem to be that way, and now maybe you don't talk to them for a while, and you're just trying to catch up, and you just realize like they haven't. When a friend doesn't ask you one question about yourself, you know what I mean?
Then I go, oh my gosh, I'm so good. Thank you for asking. I really appreciate it. My family's good. My this is good. Everly's good. No worries. I got you. So I throw it on them because I feel like if people can be so ignorant and so oblivious to social cues, like this listener said, and so unaware of respecting other people's time and whatever, that why can't we call them on it? Why can't we say, hey, dude, you're being so rude. We're here at a party or we're here at dinner with everybody and you haven't stopped talking for 30 minutes.
That is, and that was, I feel like jokingly you were like, oh, I'm doing great. And more of the second is probably true, a more straightforward, like sometimes I feel like you don't really care about what's going on with me and you only want to talk about yourself rather than, the alternative, which might be like, oh, well, I'm great. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for asking.
Sometimes do the more passive aggressive route, but you have to, when you know the person, you know how you can talk to them, how you can handle them to be most effective. I have a really good girlfriend who is genuinely curious about everything, but she asks so many inappropriate questions, not to be rude and nosy, just trying to ask about you, trying to engage in conversation, but it comes across as not like, oh, how much do you make, but how much do you make? And then you're like, girl, you can't ask people those questions. Like, that's private. She's like, oh, no, I'm just trying to I get it, but I have to call her out on it and say, you can't.
Yeah, and I get what you're saying, and it's weird when you talk about somebody who's a friend because I have this thing, and it's a fault, I believe, to where sometimes with people, and this is, I think, a prime example. You go like, if you don't have it in you to realize that's the case.
Yes.
Like, do I have the power to be able to make you realize that? Like, if we're both grown adults and you can't understand the fact that we're having a conversation, you've only talked about yourself. You haven't asked me one question about what's going on in my life or anything pertaining to my life. Like, how am I as an adult going to teach you common protocol of civility and conversation?
And I would say 100% I agree with you that at this point you should be more aware. However, I don't know if you don't tell me.
Right.
So in my mind, if I just think that I love talking, I love sharing stories and, whatever. Oh, I can relate to that. Oh, I can, I've got some, I'm offering to the conversation. I don't realize that I'm not specifically asking about you. You know what I mean? So I don't know if you don't tell me, whatever that is, in whatever situation. And so I can't change or have the option to change my behavior. Now, if you tell me, and I choose not to change because I'm this far into life and this is who I've been and nobody has said anything to me thus far, then I may not change, and then that's a decision that you need to make of whether or not you want to be going to gatherings and be friends with this person or not.
Call it a ruling. I was very excited when I got this email, and I don't know if it's real, and I'm just going to say I could have been a little posturing, but the headline on the email that I got said, "Queer boy for Judge Juicy."
Oh.
And it said, "Because it's Pride Month, I hope you'll entertain my question."
Mm-hmm.
I'm in an open relationship and I have a silly question. I've started seeing someone recently. They're cute and I enjoy their company. This is stupid. But they use so much cologne, and it's hurting my desire to be physical with them. I don't know this person very well, and our trajectory is towards a friends with benefits sort of situation, but I'm not sure I can move on if he continues with his stench. Should I say something or just back away?
Oh, I think you just, I think I'm allergic to your cologne.
Oh, that would be, I guess that is the easiest route. People, it feels like anything pertaining to odor, it's going to be very hard for someone to not take it personally.
Oh God! Just say you wear too much cologne.
Yeah.
It smells so good, but maybe a couple less squirts.
But people, you say
leave that to me.
But then you hurt people's feelings.
Well, then get tougher feelings.
Yeah, you could be like, "Oh, you smell like crap." That's gonna hurt your feelings. Telling them you smell way too good.
Too good.
It's overbearing. That's a little easier of a punch.
And I also think that this seems to be directly connected to sex. That I think men, gay or straight, are often encouraged by sex. So if you're like, hey, I'm wanting to let you hit it, but it's just I'm a little overwhelmed by your cologne. So if you tone
it gives me
back,
a headache, bro, and I can't get my freak on with you.
I'm ready to let you get up in these guts. If you
I don't know why people have such a problem being honest. I don't think you have to be an asshole about it.
You know what this is? You know what this is? This is exactly what she just said. This is the rehearsal.
Yeah,
dude, this is absolutely
the co-pilot pilot.
This is a phenomenon in life, and in a way, probably connects to so many different things that we throw at you. And that is it. Is that people have a problem telling others exactly what they think because they're worried it's going to affect the relationship or that there's going to be some sort of animosity or
they're
judgment.
Allowed to be affected by it. They're allowed to be upset. They're allowed to be hurt, but you're also allowed to have your feelings and your opinions, and you're allowed to express them. And again, I don't think you need to be a jerk about it. I think you can, depending on the person and how you need to speak to them, because everybody is different in how they handle truths or whatever, that I think that you just choose your words carefully and say, hey, listen, I really like you. We get along great, and I want to keep this fun, flirty thing going, but I have to be honest, like that cologne, it's like too much for me.
It's hit me. And Diz, you nailed it right on the head. We've had so many conversations about having to break the news to somebody that they smell like ass.
Yeah.
That really having an abundant cologne aroma
far worse things to be told.
Is just fine, completely fine.
I always want the truth. I may not like it when you tell me. It might take me a second to like calm down or whatever, come back around. But I always appreciate the honesty from people, whatever it is.
I love it. Give it The gavel has been rung.
Thank you.
Judge Juicy, JoJo, follow her on all your social medias at Joanne Petrella.
That's me.
That is where you can find
that's
her.
my name.
Hopefully, we're building towards some sort of dating game at the Bone Beach Bash. But if you don't want to do it, it's too late. You can't back out now. Sorry. But don't go anywhere. We come back. Diz sent me a great story that involves all the things I love. A little bit of true crime, kidnapping, and a professional wrestler, all tied in to one. Thank you, JoJo. We love you. You can hear most days with Johnny B at 10 a.m. as well. We'll be back with more Senning Show in just a sec. The time is now to go solar. The average Solar Bear customer is saving over $2,000 a year by switching to solar. Solar Bear is a local company. You don't want to go with one of these big conglomerates that are worldwide. They are local. They've been in business for over 10 years and served over 10,000 satisfied customers with a 4.7-star Google rating with over 1,300 reviews. That's how they got to be the number one solar installer in the state of Florida. And right now, it doesn't get much simpler than this. You go with solar, the power bill goes way down, and you have no payments for the first 12 months currently with Solar Bear. That is right. Make no payments for 12 months. Give them a call today for a free estimate or check them out online at solarbear.com.
No time to waste. Just to find.
You're listening to Senning Show on 102.5 The Bone. Tell us what you think. Head to the 102.5 The Bone app now and leave us an open mic. The Open Mic on the free 102.5 The Bone app is sponsored by 1-800-ASK-GARY.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. Protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
John Senning here for the National Aviation Academy. Are you sick and tired of working from home? Are you in a career that is boring you? Well, how about entering the world of aviation maintenance and being trained where you're getting your hands dirty on engines of jets and planes, things you could never fathom? Well, that's what happens at the NAA here in beautiful Clearwater. They're going to have you trained in just a few months and entering the workforce before you know it. The next class starts July 9th. So make that decision today and visit them at naa.edu.
Hi, welcome to the IKEA summer sale.
Hi, yeah. My family and I want our backyard to be a summer oasis.
Don't sweat it. Our summer deals are here to help. Save up to 50% off on select items. Plus, IKEA loyalty members can save an extra 10%.
Sign me up. You just saved my summer.
Visit us in store from 5/27 to 6/30 or at IKEA-USA.com/summer sale for more details. Offer valid 5/27 to 6/30/25. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary. See store and IKEA-USA.com/summer sale for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
Stingray Chevrolet.
Hi, this is Steve Hurley, owner of Stingray Chevrolet, where we have completely eliminated the dealer fee. This will automatically save you up to $1,500. So do yourself a favor. Ask the dealer, what is your dealer fee? You have a choice, because at Stingray on I-4 in Plant City, there is no dealer fee. So when we say relax and enjoy the difference, that difference can save you a lot. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Stingray Chevrolet. Relax, enjoy the difference.
I'm honored by the number of referrals that Bernetti PA gets from others in our legal profession. We have represented clients referred to us by other law firms and even represented judges. They've called us. Why shouldn't you? Call 1-800-BERNETTI. We're ready. Offices Tampa, Lakeland, Pinellas.
This is Greg Trzynski of the Original Mattress Factory. People often ask me why our mattresses last so long. The answer is simple. We build them right. Not only are OMF mattresses durable, they give you peace of mind from day one. When you invest in a mattress from OMF, you're investing in better sleep tonight and smart savings for years to come. No more frequent replacements, no more wasted time shopping. To learn more about the true value of durability, visit originalmattress.com and read our latest blog on getting the most from your mattress investment.
Hey, Brandon Rhymes here, top 1% realtor team, Keller Williams Realty. Buy, sell, or invest in real estate, commercial or residential. 813-917-1894, consumerqb.com, 917-1894, consumerqb.com.
Huge news. Right now at Wendy's, you can get a Son of Baconator for just $3. I don't think you understand this situation. The Son of Baconator is only $3 for a limited time. You know, smoked bacon, rich melted cheese. That Son of Baconator is only $3. Thank you to whoever wished upon that star. For bacon that just won't quit, gotta be Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii, not valid on a combo or on third-party delivery platforms.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes at Homes for Our Troops. And thanks to our donors and supporters, this life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans. But we need you to join us, too, in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Ruck, run, or walk it at the 3rd Annual Sergeant Anthony Patrick Malstat's Defender Ruck on June 7th. Choose the 5K, 2.2-mile Ruck Walk, or go virtual. Every step supports military mental health and suicide prevention, plus music, food, raffles, and more. Sign up now at defenderruck.com and use the code THEBONE for $10 off.
Involved in a car accident? We understand the pressure you're under. Call Farah and Farah. Tampa.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Now, back to Senning Show. With your host, John Senning.
Welcome back to Senning Show. I love telling you about Wild Fork Foods. I'm very excited. I got a big, thick pork loin I'm going to throw on the smoker right when I get home tonight. I love cooking up big cuts of meat from Wild Fork. The picanhas, the tri-tips, the pork loin. Throw them on the smoker for a few hours. You got a crowd pleaser. We talked earlier, they've got the rarer cuts of meat. You want to try some bison, some yak, rabbit, duck, venison. They've got all of that. The real premier cuts, Wagyu, they've got that as well. And you're going to be able to stock up on everything you need, from sides, seasonings, baked goods, desserts as well. And if you become a member, it's like $2 a month. You can get delivery for free. So your orders will show up right to your front door. You can always order online and pick up in store, or just get to your local Wild Fork and go shopping. They got spots in West Chase, South Tampa, in St. Pete on 4th Street North. Check them out online always at wildforkfoods.com. So this is a crazy story, and it really does have all of the elements of intrigue. From, first of all, I love a sub, which let's not bury the fact that there is a Jersey Mike's involved, which I find to be probably one of the best chain subs out there. Yeah. There's a Jersey Mike's involved. There's a kidnapping involved, and there's a wrestler involved. And I've got the audio from the local NBC affiliate in Navarre, Florida, to tell the tale of what exactly happened here.
The investigation started when deputies were called to a Jersey Mike's restaurant on Navarre Parkway earlier this week. That's where an employee saw something out of the ordinary. Sandwich artist Eleanor Coffey
I like how they gave her proper cred with the sand. I don't think they call this. Wasn't that a Subway thing?
What?
The sandwich artist?
No, I think it's everyone. I think.
So if you make a sandwich, you are a sandwich artist.
Yeah.
Okay, if you say so.
Expected Tuesday to be a normal day at the sandwich shop. That was until she noticed something suspicious in the bathroom.
There was this little piece of crumpled up paper that was shoved next to our toilet paper dispenser, and it looked like a piece of trash.
Coffey opened up the paper and was alarmed by the message inside.
She was like, "Please help me. I'm at this address in Navarre. I need you to call the police and do a wellness check."
According to...
Before we go on, you are, Diz, you are the king of MYOB. You don't, you stay in your lane. Getting the police involved, at least it used to be before I got to you, something that you didn't want to do. Let's say you're not working. Let's just say you happen to be at the Jersey Mike's and you're going to the bathroom and you find this note. Do you go into action, or do you automatically just think, this is just a note in the bathroom and I'm not thinking twice about it?
Ooh, that's a hard question. Because I I would be in the guy's bathroom. It would be weird for me to even think to even grab any trash that's around a thing. But, she's a worker, so it's a little different mindset she's in right now.
Let's say you're sitting on the toilet, and it's like the way that it is, it's like tucked perfectly. So it looks like it's been left there for you. Like it's a little note right on the edge of the dispenser, and you just can't help but grab it out of sheer interest, and you open it, and it's like I've been kidnapped. Come help me.
Do you want to know? Okay. Honestly, what my first intention would be I got to bring this in tomorrow for the show, and we got to talk about this.
And then
then decide if we do this live. You know what I mean?
I got to say, that's a true content king right there.
Yeah.
That's we'll find out if we want to rescue this person after we make it a bit on the radio.
Exactly. I'd be like, I don't know if this is real or not, but it's great content.
I respect it.
To deputies, the victim wrote she was being held hostage. Coffey says she told her manager and immediately called 911.
Our deputies responded, looked at the letter, gathered information. She left her name and address of where she was going to be at and what kind of car would be in the driveway. So she left a lot of details in the notes so we could come to her and help her.
After reviewing surveillance footage and former case records, the sheriff's office identified 34-year-old Jordan Williams as the suspect.
There was 2 previous domestic violence incidents, so this is the 3rd.
Deputies executed a search warrant at an address they had on file, about 2 miles from the restaurant. Inside, deputies found the victim who left the note in the bathroom. They say she had visible injuries and was taken to a hospital for suspected broken bones, along with other trauma.
A lot of times there are women that are held against their will, and they're afraid.
Thursday afternoon, Williams had his first court appearance.
Good afternoon, Mr. Williams. Do you understand your rights, sir?
He's being held without bond.
Because anybody that would do that to another woman, they don't need to be walking around free in our community.
As for Coffey, she says finding the note folded up in the bathroom is an experience she'll never forget.
My heart goes out to her and her family, and I'm just, hopefully I hope that really doesn't happen again.
Williams faces a judge again next week. If you or anyone you know is also dealing with domestic violence, the sheriff's office does have a hotline for help.
Dude, so the guy is like a bush league pro wrestler, a guy that wrestles in VFW halls and things. Jaden Steele is his wrestling name.
Sounds more like a porn name. I'm going to be honest right away.
Jaden Steele
sounds more like a good porn name.
It really does. And it's one of those things where, first of all, it's interesting to think about this. It feels to me this is a relationship that was abusive in a lot of ways. Yep. Not that that's any different, but when you think of a kidnapping, like right off the streets, like somebody grabs somebody at a gas station and kidnaps them, this feels like it was a little more rooted in a relationship of sorts. But at the same time, I find it so interesting when people who are being held like this come up with a way to get themselves free. And this lady, I have to say, could have gone a million different ways. It could have been Dizzy that found your that found your note. But the fact that it was the nice lady at the sandwich shop might have saved this lady's life, maybe.
Yeah, it reminds me of a story I heard not too long ago about like something similar where a girl was just being abused and basically kidnapped, and she ordered pizza. But in the notes for like how to draw her off, she's like, please call the cops or something like that.
Wasn't it were they out in a field or something in that story?
I can't remember the exact details, but I remember that was the way she got out. She was like, I left it in the notes because we had to get, it was like literally after she just got beaten by the guy. He's like, now get some food. And she's like, all right.
It's like, it's the same but different. Are there not supposedly these little secret things that you can do with bartenders and stuff? Like you order, what is it, an angel shot or something?
Oh, really? That's a thing?
I think that's a thing where you order an angel shot if you're a girl who's feeling unsafe with somebody at the bar or some variation of that. So it's a sad sign of the times that we have to have a whole secret code of words just in case we're being held against our will. But dude, going back to the sandwich thing, I told you that I saw the Friendship movie with Tim Robinson and Paul Rudd, right? Yeah. Movie was great. Very Tim Robinson. I've been seeing mixed reviews because I think it's just too weird for some people. The one thing that I found to be weirder than the rest, and there's a little bit of a spoiler here, I'm sorry. There's a part where Tim Robinson is trying to trip balls. So he's looking for hard drugs, and this guy ends up getting him a toad that he can lick to help himself through whatever he's going through to go on this journey to find himself. So he licks the toad, and the whole trip that he has is just him walking into a Subway, and Paul Rudd is the guy behind the counter, and like it's not kind of a Subway. It's a Subway, and like all of the things that they mention are actual Subway menu items, and it just felt so forced and weird, like this product placement in the middle of a movie that otherwise was devoid of it. Like it's like, oh yeah, I'll have the Black Forest ham on, like very specific. Oh, would you like the footlong cookie as well? It's just this weird like 3-minute Subway commercial smack dab in the middle of the movie.
And the Friendship movie, out of 10, you would give it what, an 8 or whatever then?
It's hard to give it an official rating just because I can give you my rating, which I would say would be a 7.5.
Okay.
And I will say going into it, hoping for a 10.
Was there heart to it?
There's heart to it. I try not to be swayed by other people's reviews. A lot of people said they left feeling sad and weird. There is a tinge of sadness to the story because I mean it's Tim Robinson's character in the movie is so pathetic and sad in so many ways that I think repeatedly you just kind of end up feeling sorry for the guy. So if you're not really tuned in to just his kind of abstract absurdism that he uses for his comedy, it can just come off as sad. I will say that.
Yeah. With his comedy though, like you told me about Detroiters, and I put it on with Nicole. Like she likes it, but I could tell like she just doesn't. I don't want to say understand the comedy. It's just what I found humorous. She's like just sitting there like, really? This is what
and I will say that's probably some of the most palatable Tim Robinson stuff out there. You know what I mean? Like that's within the realm of a quote unquote normal comedy sitcom type thing.
Yeah.
You start getting into the I Think You Should Leave sketches. And with that stuff, it's tough to understand why some people watch it and go, yeah, I don't understand what's going on here.
There's like a call. I don't know if they do it a lot, but they've done it at least twice where they play basketball in the office.
Oh yeah.
And I laugh so hard sometimes at the movements he's just doing and stuff.
And
she
so
just
funny.
Sits there, and I'm like, this is hilarious to me.
It's a fascinating study on human beings of the people that can find one thing so fun. Like when we went and saw Friendship, the second Tim Robinson popped up on the screen, I just started giggling like a little bitch. Like I'm just laughing. And I will say, there was barely anybody in the theater. I don't know that I heard one person laugh one time.
Oh, really?
So to give you a vibe of how maybe it's being received by other people, it's not a knee slapping type occasion. I think you have to be pretty much a Tim Robinson super fan and just find his appearance and performance funny at face value without much else.
I did the thing where I just randomly put it on late night, and I told you I got almost through 3 episodes. Put it on the next day, started from the beginning. I did one of those things where you put on something for someone, and you know what funny part's coming on, you're just looking at them to see how they react. And when she didn't react, I was like, okay, for what?
Dude, that's my life with I Think You Should Leave in Danielle. It's just like I think so many parts are funny, and I'll just be like, and then she's what's happening here? And that's what makes comedy great. Some things are funny to some people and not funny to other people. Do not go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to dig into John's Joints. Plenty of good stuff to get to today. We got another horny teacher in Manatee County firing off text. We'll dig into that. Someone who was pardoned who might actually deserve it. And not the best news for our buddy DJ Daniel. You remember DJ Daniel, the little
the guy you said looks like me?
I don't know that I said that, but some people somewhere have said that. Not the best of news for our buddy DJ Daniel. We'll dig into all that and much more. Coming up next in John's Joints, we'll also be joined by Drew Garabo momentarily. Don't go anywhere. Spring has sprung, and you know what that means. It's officially moving season, a time filled with hours of packing, unpacking, and the bubble wrap. But the first thing you should do when moving into a new home is make sure that the Wi-Fi is booming with Xfinity. It's super quick and easy as can be to set up, and then boom, you'll have your new home hooked up with the ultimate Wi-Fi experience faster than the time it takes to parallel park that moving truck. Then you'll be back online with the most reliable Wi-Fi with the best-in-class equipment from Xfinity, so you can kick back, relax, and just stream your favorite movies and TV shows. Maybe check out Detroiters. Maybe I think you should leave. Because with Xfinity, the only thing you'll have to worry about is remembering where you pack the remote. Make the right and easy move with Xfinity. You can learn more at xfinity.com/move. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Most reliable Wi-Fi claim based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report from August of 2024. John's Joints on the way.
I say I miss you, I know that you won't. But I miss you.
You're listening to Senning Show on 102.5 The Bone. The Bone Bonus is back. The Bone is giving you $1,000 5 times a day, every weekday. Just listen for the Bone Bonus keyword at 8, 10, noon, 2, and 5. Head over to the free 102.5 The Bone app and enter the keyword for your chance to win $1,000. It's the Bone Bonus. Presented to you by Farah & Farah, Tampa's accident attorneys. FarahandFarah.com. The Bone Bonus is back. 102.5 The Bone. Real, raw radio.
Car accident? Take back control of your life. Call Anna Jar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
Baseball is all about stepping up to the plate when it matters most. And when you've been injured, you need a heavy hitter in your corner. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hi, welcome to the IKEA summer sale.
Hi, yeah. My family and I want our backyard to be a summer oasis.
Don't sweat it. Our summer deals are here to help. Save up to 50% off on select items. Plus, IKEA loyalty members can save an extra 10%.
Sign me up. You just saved my summer.
Visit us in store from 5/27 to 6/30 or at IKEA-USA.com/summer sale for more details. Offer valid 5/27 to 6/30/25. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary. See store and IKEA-USA.com/summer sale for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
The time is now. You want to go see Metallica night 2 Sunday, this Sunday. All you got to do is call now. Caller number 1, 800-771-1025. It's that easy. Make the call.
Renewal by Anderson of Tampa, Sarasota has an unbelievable 30-year anniversary sale. You buy one, you get one 30% off for replacement windows and patio doors. They are affordable, they are thorough, they are efficient and polite. You will love the work they do for you in beautifying your home. Renewal by Anderson, bestwindowsflorida.com. License number CGC 1527613.
They were right. It could have waited. I can't believe it happened to me. Reaching to check my phone. Now my family has to hear that I'm never coming home again.
Officer?
I'm so sorry. I have some very sad news to share with you.
Every day, 9 people on Florida roadways don't make it home. I was one of the people that didn't make it home.
Ride with Do Not Disturb. Every trip, every time. Let's get everyone home safely. A message from Florida Department of Transportation, Target Zero. For more information, visit targetzerofl.com.
Drinking and driving don't mix. If you've been injured by a drunk driver, we're Bernetti, PA, and we sue drunk drivers. We know you may not have been ready. Call 1-800-BERNETTI. We're ready. Offices Tampa, Lakeland, and Pinellas.
It's Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I've got something important to talk to you about, your 401k. If you have changed jobs, there are 2 very important considerations. You don't want to leave your 401k behind, and you don't want to roll it over into your new company plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. 401ks will often have limited investments or age-based options. Since companies have to make choices to suit all employees, they may not be suited to you, which could cost you fees and money. When you roll over your 401k into an IRA, you not only keep your money growing tax deferred, but you also gain access to a world of investment options specifically designed for you. Trajan Wealth and our fiduciary advisors have helped thousands, and we can do the same for you. Call Trajan today at 813-550-1000. That's 813-550-1000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone. I went through it a while back. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text. Text ENERGY to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text ENERGY to 42424. That's ENERGY to 42424.
Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
This hour of Senning Show is brought to you by Hawkins Service Co. One call handles it all.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 1073 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio. And now, back to Senning Show. It's time for John's Choice with your host, John Senning.
Tornado, I see you coming around.
Welcome back to Senning Show. We got some joints to fire up. I'm John Senning, Dizzy in the building, and every day to set the stage, to set the vibe, we are joined by Drew Garabo himself. It's so funny. I think there's a bigger conversation to have about what you were just telling me. I brought up the fact earlier, this string of shows that Dirty Heads announced. Very, very interesting. Have you ever heard of Jake Owen before in your life?
I have heard the name. I don't know anything about him.
Yeah, and I think there's this cross section probably of like the reggae scene and country. That is not necessarily where I would have seen it going, just because he's kind of fringe at this point, and probably no offense to the great Jake Owen, his days were behind him. I said earlier that when I was working at the country station in Sarasota back in the day, we were playing a bunch of Jake Owen. So very interesting. But you were sharing with me an interview you listened to where Duddy was talking about forgetting the lyrics to his own to his own songs. I don't know how to feel about that, because there's this new phenomenon, and I don't know if any artists that you like are doing it, but a lot of big artists now have the lyrics up on their monitor, and they get absolutely buried for it. Is it wrong to not be able to remember the words to your own songs?
I think if you're under the age of 60, yes, you should have complete recollection of these songs that you wrote. You only play between 15 and 30 of them in concert.
Dude, it's an interesting emotion, because, we love concerts, and I'm not saying I take my concerts seriously or anything, but when you go and see an artist that you really like, I think that thing where they're connecting with the music is like the magic part. Like when you see them being so lost in their own art, you go, we're in that sweet spot.
Yeah.
And it is a undeniable buzzkill, and it, I will say, happens way more than I'd like to see. Artists forgetting the words to their own songs. And it's hard to be fully in the moment and buying into everything when you're like, well, I love this song, but this guy doesn't even know the words to his own song.
You nailed it. We had a special moment with the supervillains over in Sanford on the weekend, because Dom seemed blown away that so many people remembered the words. So like he'd stop and people would sing. And that moment is why we go to live music, you know?
Yeah, it's my guy that I love so much, Zach Bryan. He did that Stagecoach Festival, and they did that whole thing like documentary quality where they filmed all of it and streamed it live. And within that, you can see clear as day, he's got what can only be described as a karaoke monitor right there on the front of the speaker. And I've seen a bunch of people, a bunch of big artists do it. And supposedly, anytime someone speaks out, they go, oh, you don't even know this is a thing that most artists do. That doesn't mean I have to like it. It's just like, especially for people, it's more of a mind F for people that are writing the words. Like there's a good chance Duddy came up with those words himself.
Right.
So it's hard to be mad at somebody for not remembering it when they're the ones that created it. But it is it's just an interesting thing that's happening in concerts these days that I don't know how I should really feel about it.
I'll tell you this, it makes me feel a lot better about having to have a cheat iPad when I'm up with TL and I can't remember the words to My Dick by Mickey Avalon.
Yeah, dude, you're in
I didn't
prime,
write it.
You're in prime you're in prime company. Are you getting hyped for your trip?
Yeah.
I feel like I haven't talked to you about like your itinerary. So you guys leave Thursday morning?
Dude, it's a real quick fly up Thursday morning, rent a car, drive right to the
So
Charlotte.
where are you flying into?
Asheville.
Okay, nice.
And then drive to Charlotte, attend the show, wake up the next day, fly back. Then Birdie flies out the next day to Ohio.
So you're back on Saturday.
Back Friday.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I won't be back in time for the show, unfortunately.
Oh, damn. So I'm sorry. I missed that. So the show is
Thursday.
Oh, damn. So that is a freaking whirlwind of a trip. I'll be curious to see if you are surprised by any of the sights in Asheville. I'm still seeing that certain parts of Asheville not looking so great since the storms.
Yeah, and I'm really curious as to what this show is for Run the Jewels because they're not on. They didn't do their own tour. I think it's like a tour warm up for their Wu-Tang show because I think they might have played last night where Dave Chappelle lives in Yellow Springs, Ohio.
So they're just kind of this is like a one-off deal. Those are usually always the best.
I know.
Yeah, maybe some special guests.
Dude, I'm hoping for Zach from Rage Against the Machine.
Dude, do you know are the Little Stranger guys in town? That feels like something they would be present for if they were around.
I don't know. It's a good question.
That's going to be exciting.
Oh,
dude,
man, I can't wait.
That's a few really good shows in the span of just a couple months on the road.
Yeah, and we're going to talk to Miles from Slightly Stupid this afternoon at 4:30, and I'm going to try to get him to convince me to spend the big bucks on going down to Closer to the Sun.
Dude, it's such a tough, it looks like the coolest thing. It looks like the coolest thing ever, and maybe you just go with that. I mean, I've never heard anybody say a bad word about it. I'll be curious to hear his pitch because it's obviously probably their favorite weekend of the year.
Sure, because they're not spending $5,000 on a couple for it.
That is true. That is true. But I feel like you and Birdie are due for like a flyaway tropical vacation of sorts.
Well,
and what better way to do it than with all those bands?
Mexico wouldn't be my first choice, and for that kind of money, it better be the vacation of a lifetime.
That is the thing. If you could go like tomorrow, you book it. Somebody hands you the price line.
Right.
Book the trip.
Yep.
Where is it? Anywhere in the world.
I would probably say Great Britain to see like a bunch of our favorite British bands.
Really?
Yeah, I've always wanted to go. The culture there astounds me. I don't know.
Britain.
Yeah, I've only been through there once at Gatwick Airport.
That's the another fascinating thing about you and I is I don't know that could be we could be further apart than Great Britain.
I know.
I'll go there with you, Doug.
Nowhere. Well, the thing about Great Britain is, and maybe I'm just wrong. You didn't mention it by selling it. Is the potential lack of natural beauty.
Sure.
Like when I'm thinking of where I'd want to go, like I want to see something, a wonder of the world, a natural spectacle, whether it be mountains and sea or volcanoes or whatever the hell it could be. But I do understand with your love for the Britain scene.
It's kind of like olden day USA with accents is what I consider.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're right, though. Like the Mount Fuji in Japan would be beautiful to look at. Mount Denali up in Alaska would be cool.
Dude, you know what looks so cool? And I don't know if it's just influencers or whoever that have made it look so cool. I think it's in, what is it? Starts with an N, or maybe the Maldives. Yeah. Where they have those little cabin things that are like out, like there's the boardwalks that go out over the water. So your whole place is sitting on the water.
Oh yeah.
You like take take a slide out of your bed right into the ocean, and the water is just pristine blue. Like something like that maybe, or I feel like it's not across the world, but even being somewhere like in big sky country, somewhere like that would be really cool. Where are you going, Diz?
If I can go anywhere,
open ticket.
Absolutely.
Open ticket.
I've always heard Greece is beautiful.
Man, me
and
too.
I want to go to Greece, to be honest.
Greece is the word.
Hell of a gyro over there, yeah, dude. You got the feta fries over there, dude. They got the best feta fries you'll ever have.
Athena roasted chicken.
Yeah, exactly.
I do like the idea of going to Great Britain just because I'm a football. Like I love football, so I want to go see like my team play in London and all that. So
I don't know what the exact forecast is there always, but it just feels like everything I think about with that place, like lack of of sunshine and dreary. Maybe that's just the big media selling us propaganda.
I don't think it is. By the way, I caught the first 30, 45 minutes of Bono on Rogan.
Oh, you did? Is it good?
Great.
It's so funny because we had that conversation yesterday about them seemingly like agreeing on so many things, and it's so funny. It probably is the sweet spot of conversation because I've seen both people on both sides of the argument using comments for their own well-being. So that's how you know. Kind of the same thing we always talk about. If you're pissing everybody off, you're probably doing something right. And this is almost the reverse of that, where people are going, oh, look at what Rogan said. He gave in here. And the other people are like, oh, look at Rogan put Bono in his place. And I think it's just a matter of perception. But, conversations are good.
Dude, and it's two master conversationalists talking about really deep issues, and they're great together. I did read an article that was like, Rogan's hardcore fans are like, why would you have him on?
But that's...
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, that's par for the course. And I think through the election, he has probably emboldened those people even more. And I think they're now like, you're our guy. You know what I mean? You're our guy. Why would you talk to anybody else? You're our guy, man.
Yeah, he's his own guy.
He is. He does it all. I remember talking about this story. Well, actually, first and foremost, John's Joint today being brought to you by Bubble Down Car Wash. Really just the finest car wash in the whole wide world. They've got long wash tunnels, spacious vacuums, the unlimited membership plan, which means you can go through as many times as you'd like. Here in the state of Florida, the rain is starting to pick up. We've got pollen, bugs, birds, and other things keeping our cars dirty. With that unlimited membership plan, you'll be covered and good to go. They're great people. Get in there. Let them know that you heard us talking about them on 102.5 The Bone. You will have the cleanest car in town every time you bull down. I remember we had a very spirited discussion about this story when it initially happened in the Drew Garabo Live with John Senning days. And I can't remember where we were landing on it, but it feels like maybe this is a pardon that we could all support a little bit. 2 South Florida shark divers convicted of theft for freeing 19 sharks and a giant grouper from a fisherman's long line several miles from the shore have been pardoned by President Donald Trump. Pardons for Tanner Mansell and John Moore were signed. They have been convicted in 2022 of theft of property with special maritime jurisdiction. The 2 men avoided prison time, but they were ordered to pay $3,343 in restitution, and the felony convictions prevented them from voting in the state of Florida, owning firearms, or even traveling freely outside of the U.S. Their attorney released a statement saying, "We've never stopped fighting, and justice finally prevailed." I remember at the time there was like a lot of fishermen calling that were seemingly like we had it not as right, like they were defending the long line and that they did actually do something wrong. Moore was a captain of a shark diving charter boat. Mansell was a crew member, and they spotted a long line about 3 miles off of Jupiter Inlet in August of 2020. Believing it was a illegal fishing line, the men freed the sharks and the grouper and then reported it to the state wildlife officials and brought the line back to shore. Federal prosecutors charged the men with theft. Officials said that the line actually belonged to fishermen licensed by the National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration to catch sharks for research. Mansell and Moore were convicted by a jury. Their appeals were later denied.
It is insane to me that these dudes went to jail for a crime that they narked on themselves for. They clearly didn't think what they were doing was wrong because they reported it to authorities.
Well, and that's the other thing that you have to wonder when it comes to the pardon. Because I mean, it's hard to see. There's a reason for everything. There's a reason. There's a dollar behind every reason that somebody gets a pardon. And the fact that it seems those lines were actually owned by the government in a sense, you have to think maybe that's the reason that they're now letting these guys off the hook, which they weren't in prison, like the sweet Joe Exotic, who's still rotting away in there.
Free my boy.
Free Joe. But they obviously had some trials and tribulations they had to go through because of it. And I just thought, with people like the Chrisleys getting left off, these guys seemed like some decent dudes to throw a bone.
Did it say how big the Goliath grouper was that they freed?
No.
Those things are so fascinating.
Those are so wild.
I know.
Dude. That catching one of those, now that I've had a big fish on a rig, if you will.
Yep.
I don't know if the fight is more or what it's like, but just the whole spectacle of it. Because you can't even, from what I understand, you can't even get those things out of the water, like by law.
Oh, yeah.
So I know when they catch them, if it happens, and I know it doesn't happen often, but like if you catch one off of the Skyway Pier, they actually take people down in a little basket down to the water to unhook it because you can't pull it. Obviously, I don't even know if its face might just rip off if you tried to pull it up the whole bridge. So they will actually take people down in a bucket because you can't take the fish by law out of the water. So they have to go down and get in there and unhook them.
They used to be called Jewfish.
I know, yeah.
I wonder why they changed that.
Well, they were ahead of the times.
Jewish fish would be okay.
Somebody was feeling the rise of anti-Semitism in the air and thought, let's get ahead of this one and not make it any worse.
Jewfish.
Is it just a thing we're going to read about every single week? It might be true, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't have to hear about it a little bit. Another day, another teacher, and it's local. A Manatee County teacher was charged after she sent an explicit photo to one of her 14-year-old students. According to the Manatee County Sheriff's Office, a school resource deputy at Carlos E. Hale Middle School in Bradenton learned from the student that his teacher, 28-year-old, am I thinking this wrong?
No.
Oliver Fell.
I know.
Have you ever met a female in your life with the name Oliver?
No, and I think that's where her problem started.
Oliver, I meant to look it up this morning.
It's got to be wrong, right?
Oliver, female name.
I looked at, I know only one, Oliver Klozoff.
While Oliver is traditionally a male name, it is becoming increasingly popular as a gender-neutral or even female name. The most common feminine form of Oliver is Olivia, which is of Latin origin and means olive tree.
Oh.
Yeah,
She doesn't look like an Oliver.
It seems wrong that they would get the whole name wrong.
I know.
But 28-year-old Oliver Fell had been communicating with them through Snapchat since December 2024. If you're a parent and you're skimming through your kids' apps and you get to get rid of one of them in the hopes of protecting them, is Snapchat the first to go?
Oh my God, yeah, dude! Disappearing photos and messages, GTFO.
That is an interesting thing that the app was single-handedly created so that the things you could share would be gone.
Yeah.
And then to think that is something, you can trust your kid all day long, but you give them the tools, you give them an app that it's damn near entire existence is to ensure that you can't see any of it ever. It just feels like you're asking for problems.
Digital version of Burn After Eating.
Nailed it.
Watched that for the first time yesterday. It's so funny you said that.
Dude, what a movie. Did you really? Brad Pitt on the treadmill?
Brad Pitt when he's doing the dancing?
Oh, dude, that's a film right there.
Yeah, that's the Coen
You see
brothers.
that, John? Yeah, it is.
I don't think I saw that.
Brad Pitt, Frances McDormand.
Is it based on a true story?
I think so.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it's loosely based on a true story, as some of their films tend to be.
The best part is when the CIA are getting recaps. It's the guy.
Malkovich.
Is it on Malkovich?
Oh, yeah.
The guy who's in like Whiplash, who's like
Miles Teller? Oh no, the other guy,
the bald dude, J.K.
Simmons.
Yeah.
His scenes.
Oh yeah,
steals the movie.
You've seen Whiplash?
Oh, I loved it,
dude. That's what you still have not seen it,
dude.
You haven't seen it?
And no, when I was flipping last night, and it came up under like twist endings or something.
You would love it.
I have no doubt in my mind. I feel 150% confident saying this. It's the greatest movie you've never seen.
Yeah,
it is
great.
I feel very comfortable saying it's in my top 3 favorite films. One of the only movies that if it comes on, I will watch it from beginning to end. It is a modern day masterpiece, and it gets better, and I love it more every single time I watch it.
Yeah, the cringe factor of just this guy who will give everything up for what he loves, which is drumming. Oh, you'll fall in love with it.
Well, I'll tell you what. Dana Teller messages me and gets Miles to watch it with me, then I'll watch it.
It's so funny you mention her because I've noticed, at least from her social media content, and I don't know if this is like she gets the permission to do it. It seems like that's becoming more of a weave in her content and in her comedy. I saw she did a thing the other day where she was like rating all of her brothers' like best scenes or characters in kind of a funny way. Which if you've got a brother that's that freaking famous, by the way, he was all in the mix with your Ball.
Knicks.
We're talking Ball.
Front row.
He was sitting next to Chalamet
and Kylie.
And they were all up on each other, and he's just like, okay, I guess I'm just hanging here too.
He's a stud.
But that is that's a great movie, dude.
I did watch the octopus documentary you guys talked about. Episode 1.
Is it all one piece, or is it
no,
how many pieces are there?
I don't know how many pieces there are, but there's a series, and I will tell you guys are going to love it. It's funny and informative at the same time. Octopi are aliens. There's just no doubt in my mind.
Since we're kind of talking shows and new shows, have you seen the preview for the new Dexter?
No, I did see that they're starting to percolate.
Dude, so the big preview for it came out over the weekend. They're clearly trying to reinvigorate the franchise an entire way. This cast is insane. It's got Uma Thurman, Peter Dinklage, Neil Patrick Harris, there's some other people that I don't remember. The dude from the larger guy from Family Guy, or not Family Guy,
Peter
Modern
Griffin?
Family.
Fat gay guy.
Yeah. So it seems like the premise is he ends up in New York City, and he's summoned by Uma Thurman and Peter Dinklage, and there's some sort of, this is rough, but there's some sort of secret society who brings together the greatest living serial killers. So Neil Patrick Harris, Eric Stonestreet.
Oh, that's the dude
That's the guy
from Family.
So all these characters are all active serial killers, and I don't know if it's they're in a competition to see who can kill the most people, but the way it's portrayed is that this is Dexter unleashed in a whole new way, and the cast is insane. And the other rumor is that Dokes is not dead. Dokes will be in the season.
Shut up.
He's going to be in the season. Whether or not it's a flashback, but there are reports that he made it out of the cabin before it exploded, and he's been secretly tracking Dexter this whole time.
I'm just going to make a wild prediction and say that his first two words on screen will be surprise and mother effer.
So that was Dexter's. That line's in the preview. So if you remember the last version of Dexter, he everywhere, but yesterday there was a 100-year rainstorm in Tampa Bay that I guess it was very remote, but areas of South Tampa and what they're calling rainfalls in that short of time, and many people had just gotten back into their home the week before, and the water was right back up to their door. Dude, I don't know if it's just the weather changing. All of these people, a lot of people seem to think that it has a lot to do with over construction in Tampa Bay, where, it's not the most complex science that rain will suck into the grass and into the dirt, into the ground, and it will just run through the concrete. There's flooded, and here we are, and it's just the beginning of June, and we already have 100-year cloudburst in South Tampa in a neighborhood that was went completely underwater.
Dude, those people in Davis Islands have to get some serious PTSD from the storms last year to now flooding. What's it going to be like for them?
Dude, I just think that I worry obviously about the storms first and foremost, but I also worry about the human element of the PTSD of what are people going to do when it does become real again. When there's a real conversation to be had about, we got to prepare, we've got to do this. I think there will be probably a little bit of everything, some insane denial, some rage. There was a story that I had, I don't know if I ended up sending it to myself today, about how does that do for the housing market? What does that do to all of these kind of underlying issues? Because California, whatever the hell they were getting out of, specifically during COVID, everybody rushed here, and then what do you know? It becomes overpopulated. The housing market becomes a disaster. Now we're getting hurricanes every other week, and these people are just out. What happens to all of the things that were built under the model of all the people that were coming here, and now they're not here?
That's a good question.
Do they sit empty? They're not. I can tell you this. They're probably not going to demolish them. They're not going to start, taking the crane to some of these high rises. You specifically think about a place like St. Pete, where I don't know who the hell is going to live in all of these high rises. I mean, there's more high rises being built right now than you can even count, while simultaneously, according to this at least, people leaving the state at an unbelievable rate, which feels like it could be an equation for a lot of buildings sitting empty.
Yeah, a couple of months from now, I think it'll be a really good time to buy a condo.
Yeah, you might be able. There are the people out there, and they're always kind of doom and gloom in every angle, but that believe 2008. Is coming back sooner than later, specifically in places like Florida. With the influx of people that we came, the housing market just will not be able to sustain the lack of people with the amount of houses that they built for them.
I'd buy a house then.
Man, this is a you lose your kid, it's scary. I imagine people lose them for a second. You always tell the story.
It was Code Adam. Yep.
Yeah, he was in the lost Xander for a minute. They did a Code Adam?
They did a Code Adam.
That moment where you feel like your child is lost forever. This one feels like maybe a little bit worse. A 2-year-old boy vanished from his mom's sight at the Newark Liberty International Airport and was swept away on a baggage conveyor belt in a scary trip, adding to the list of just troubling incidents that are going on at this airport. The Staten Island toddler climbed onto the ankle-high conveyor belt where passengers drop off their luggage while his mother was busy rebooking a flight with a JetBlue employee terminal. The child rode on the belt, which carried him away and then dropped him down a chute into the luggage screening area on the lower level of the terminal. A pair of nearby Port Authority officers heard what happened and leapt into action to track the toddler down. The 2 cops were able to move fast into the system, which was vital. There was a split in the belts. One officer went one way, one went the other. They eventually found the kid unharmed near an X-ray machine where they scooped him up before he went into it.
That's solid parenting right there, keeping failing to keep your eye on your kid in an airport.
While the child was brought to safety and flew to Tampa, Florida with his family for vacation after the hair-raising deal, most news coming out of this airport in recent months has not had a happy ending. I feel like this story's kind of gone under the radar, is that I don't think air travel has been great as of late, but they're calling Newark Airport a plagued hellhole as of late, where it's almost impossible to even get a flight out of there. That probably could have ended much worse.
Oh my God, yeah.
You would think that
just going through the X-ray that he was about to go through could,
who knows?
It's not good for their bodies.
Or if you end up if you're going down you go down a chute, and then let's say somebody's got a big ass, let's just say when we traveled, we had a giant box that was, I don't know, probably 100 pounds full of tuna, and it crushes a 2-year-old kid at the bottom. Probably a few different dangers in there.
Do you guys remember dangerous things that you did as a kid that you look back like, wow? Like, for instance, waiting at the bus stop, those big green generators you're not supposed to sit on and stuff. Yeah. We used to sit on those all the time, rain or whatever.
Absolutely.
What are those things? Like the big green was like a big power box type thing?
Yeah.
We used to do that. I feel like my stuff that I was doing that could have killed me came later in life. Like when,
it was last week.
Well, no, I remember the first time my buddy got a full bottle of liquor, and we sat down between 3 of us and drank an entire bottle of Jack Daniels, and I tried to walk home and slept in the ditch all night. Like those moments where it's like a young, fragile body drinking a half a bottle of Jack Daniels. Like if I was admitted to a hospital at that moment, would they have been like, oh, damn, you could have died from alcohol poisoning?
For sure.
Like those are the moments that I think my life was in most danger.
Mine, surprisingly enough, were weaponry oriented. Like my dad had a musket, and we would always play around with that. He had a big sword, and we would mess around with that.
A musket?
A musket, because he reenacted the Minutemen up for the American Revolution. And then we had
a working musket.
It was a working musket, the gunpowder and everything, with a little jabby thing at the spear thing.
He doesn't dabble in that anymore.
No, I think only when my mom wants him to dress up. And then we'd have BB gun wars where we'd shoot BB guns at each other. And I had a 22. This is so dumb. I had a 22 pistol that you could pump the barrel, and you could put either a BB or a 22 in there. And sometimes you'd put a 22 pellet in there and pump it. You can only pump it once because it would barely break the skin. We were idiots.
Oh, damn.
Idiots. I can't believe we never killed anybody.
Walking by, riding bikes with your boys, you see a big construction site with a big mound of dirt. You go, we're going to play King of the Hill.
King of the Hill, dude.
And we'd be just launching each other, and we'd be like inches away from hitting bricks and stuff like that, and just get up and laugh and go again.
More of my memories are more of maybe an observation on what it was like in small town, because we would be gone. I know a lot of people say that about their childhood and how it's different now, but on summer days we would leave and we would get on the train tracks and we would ride our bikes for hours. And God only knows where we were, how far away we were. There's no cell phones. Somebody falls and hits their head. It's probably game over. So it's more just kind of moments like that are just so different from today rather than me actually.
I was a
taking
streetlight kid for sure.
Oh,
like
dude,
riding around wherever I was, miles from home. Streetlights start turning on. I go, I gotta go.
You hear your mom screaming from up the road. And these kids today, they got the e-bikes, and so they don't even have to pedal. Like when we took our bikes all day, you had to at least physically exert yourself. These kids get on just all of a sudden they're in Brunswick, New Georgia.
Dude, by the way, you've told me about the kids, the rogue gangs of kids on those bikes. Dude, we've got them now around us. And it is weird because it's like there's often so many of them. And I will say, there's really two groups in my neighborhood. These kids are always super nice. At this point, they've been super nice.
Yeah.
But the first time they rolled up on me, it's like 10 kids with bikes and some are on scooters. And I'm just out there walking Brody right around dusk. And I'm like, dude, these guys are going to rape me and take my dog. Like, what are they going to do?
If you're lucky.
Luckily, they've been very friendly. They actually stopped and petted Brody and talked to me for a second.
Wow.
But, there are rogue children out there on motorized bikes.
I will tell you, the ones out by us, they're entitled little pricks too. They come from wealthy parents who don't pay any attention to them, and these are all bad kids.
Yeah, they
miscreants.
They're looking for anybody hitting deer out in your
all
neighborhood?
the time.
So it is happening.
Xander did. He 2 years ago, a deer went right into the front of his freaking Volkswagen Golf.
When did it happen? Because when he asked me, I said usually the deer that I remember seeing out West Chase, it would be very, very early mornings.
Yeah, late night, early mornings usually.
Yeah.
But they're out in the middle of the day too. They're so dumb. They just look at you, just like, what are you gonna do? Hit me? Like,
they're in such pockets here. Are those like natural deer? Do you think? Like, do you think like those? Like some of these, a lot of them are gated communities or certain areas that have so many deer. Did they populate those deer for people's entertainment?
I don't believe so. No, the Brooker Creek Preserve butts up against our neighborhood, and I think that's where.
I think the term is we didn't land on the Eagles; the Eagles landed on us.
That's what they say.
That's good. I like that. Do not go anywhere. We've got more joints to fire up. I teased it yesterday. We'll get to the guy who was using the bathroom and was attacked by a lion. And dude, he's a UFC Hall of Famer who was arrested. He's been claiming for years that his family was murdered and replaced with imposters. This is not a thing that popped up overnight. It's been going on for many, many years. We'll dig into that as we make way for Drew Garabo Live coming up at 4 o'clock. But first, we'd love to tell you about Win Derby at Derby Lane. This spot in St. Pete, if you've never been there, what are you doing? It is time to make things right. They've got tons of great table games. Ultimate Texas Hold'em is their most popular game, but they've got tons of options for everyone.
Who doesn't like playing cards with a group of their friends or family? Man, make it your next night out. The dinner and a movie and all that. It's so boring. Switch it up. Go to Derby Lane, and you just might walk out of there with more money than you came in with.
The great new feature they have when it comes to Ultimate Texas Hold'em is for people that don't really know how to play. Maybe you've only played a couple times or you want to learn. A giant mural that explains all of the finer points of the game, what the hands mean. You have no excuses. Also, Pie Gout, War, betting on the ponies, plenty of free parking. You've got to check it out. They've been filming blockbuster movies at this spot for years. Go see it with your own eyes and check them out online at win-derby.com. That's win-derby.com.
You're listening to Senning Show on 102.5 The Bone. Guys with ponytails, girls that think they're models, people that don't know how to Google something, and of course, ventriloquists. No one is safe when it comes to an open letter from Galvin.
Seriously?
Hear a brand new open letter from Galvin live every Wednesday at 8 a.m. on The Mike Calta Show. And go check out all the past open letters from Galvin at theboneonline.com. Sponsored by Zero Res. Zero Res. All they leave is clean. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
In Pinellas, an accident with lane closure still. Court Street between Missouri Avenue and Highland Avenue. Moderate backup. Looks like Palm Harbor Boulevard, north and south, dealing with road work just before Klosterman. In Hills Road, nothing too out of the ordinary. Standard 275 north delay into downtown. Southbound 275 approaching that I-4 interchange, also backed up. Still have a build-up northbound 75 past Big Bend Road. It was an earlier crash, now cleared, but still 10 minutes stop and go. Not quite to Paseo Elmar. This is Eric in the Farah Traffic Center.
My name is attorney Bill Sansoni. You might know me as Dead Air Sansoni from the Ask the Dom show. I represent people accused in crimes in Hillsborough, Pinellas, Pasco, Manatee, Polk, and Sarasota counties. I also represent clients in federal court across the country. If you have been arrested or accused of a crime, call me, Bill Dead Air Sansoni, at 813-361-0874 or online at sansoni-law.com. Offices, Tampa.
Quitting tobacco isn't easy. The good news is Tobacco Free Florida is here to help you quit your way. When you call Tobacco Free Florida's phone quit service, you'll receive one-on-one sessions with a coach who can help you on your quit journey. You may also qualify for free nicotine replacement therapy like patches, gum, or lozenges. Whatever your reason to quit is, Tobacco Free Florida can help you get started. Call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW.
Life is busy. Luckily, Racetrack's here to keep you on track every day.
Running around and the time makes you nervous. Are you still a mom or just a taxi service?
With ice-cold drinks, hot pizza, freshly ground coffee, and even Swirl World frozen yogurt for the kids.
The schedule is packed with things that they have to do. But with so much to choose from, you'll find something for you.
Racetrack is here to keep you going.
Racetrack's gonna get you.
Racetrack, whatever gets you going.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey, did you know that with Frontier Fiber Internet, the best Wi-Fi isn't just for VIPs anymore?
So even if I have less than 1 million followers?
Or me, a total noob?
What if I'm not in the metaverse yet?
Yeah, now everyone can get Wi-Fi 7 with a premium Eero router on Fiber 500 and up. Now starting at only $39.99 per month. Switch to the most advanced Wi-Fi on 100% fiber internet. Only from Frontier. Good to go. In select areas, price for 12 months with autopay. ETF terms apply. Max speeds wired. Actual average and Wi-Fi speed vary.
The guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate is the easiest way to sell your home. You can save time, make the most money, and eliminate all the hassle this summer. Hey, it's JP, and my friends at Mark Spain Real Estate can sell your home with the strongest all-cash offer in the industry and help you move on your timeline. With over 67,000 satisfied clients, you could trust the most experienced real estate team in the U.S. to sell your home fast and for maximum profit. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
While retinitis pigmentosa takes Mark's vision, his family gives him hope, whether at the family business or at home with his wife and sons. He knows he's not fighting alone. For 50 years, the Foundation Fighting Blindness has funded research into treatments and cures for blinding retinal diseases, providing hope to people with vision loss. And for Mark, winning the fight means being there for his family. The Foundation Fighting Blindness. Together, we're winning. Help us end blinding diseases at fightingblindness.org.
Looking for a great lunch combo? Hooters, Surfside Seltzer, Metallica tickets, and JP? Join 1025 The Bone and The JP Show on Friday, June 6th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the original Hooters on Gulf to Bay. JP will be broadcasting live, and he will have your last shot at Metallica tickets. Pre-game with JP at the original Hooters with 1025 The Bone.
When it really matters, choose Farrah & Farrah. Here for you, here for good. Tampa.
Got a burned out light switch or broken outlet or breakers that keep flipping? Just call for a Bolt electrician online at boltelectric.com.
Now, a weather update from the Sun Toyota Weather Center.
Sun, Toyota.com.
I'm Fox 13 Chief Meteorologist Paul Delgado. Pretty active weather next 24 hours. Showers and thunder showers this evening, gradually diminishing overnight. We'll see lows in the low 70s and variably cloudy. Numerous showers and thunder showers likely on Wednesday, with highs only in the low 80s.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Now, back to Senning Show with your host, John Senning.
Welcome back to Senning Show. We got some more joints to fire up. Drew Garabo live coming your way in about 20 minutes. Miles from Slightly Stupid at 4:30.
Yeah, buddy.
Hell yeah. I'm looking forward. Dude, the last time you talked to him, that was great.
Yeah, he was awesome. He's a real interesting and funny cat.
He's comfy. He's can just kind of get in the convo.
And it's to promote, of course, the upcoming show is Slightly Stupid, Iration, and our buddies Little Stranger in just a couple of weeks at the Bay Care Sound. By the way, got a pair of tickets for you from Katie Pedretti for that.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'd been thinking and dwelling on making a move and what I was going to do. Oh, wow. Look at that.
There you go.
Love Katie.
She's the best, dude.
The absolute sweetest. I don't know that I ever really, I feel like maybe we were off around that time. But my parent, it was butted up at the All-Star weekend. My parents went and saw Chicago at the Sound, at the Bay Care Sound. And honestly, they said it was one of the best concert experiences they've ever had. They love a nice cozy spot like in the cut, and they had tickets for the view up top. So like my dad was sending me videos. They're at the high top, just straight chilling with the fan above them, the sun setting in the background. The Bay Care Sound is very quickly become a premier venue in the Tampa Bay area, and go see any show there. But that Slightly Stupid one will be a good one. I'm not trying to stir the pot or anything.
No, do it. Stir it.
Why wouldn't that Dirty Head show be at the Sound?
I was wondering the same thing.
I don't. I love the Dirty Heads. I like the promoters. I'm very intrigued in it.
That venue sucks.
It's just we don't even have to say that it sucks. We have to just say it's a field in the middle of Pinellas Park. Like it's not a venue.
No.
Like it's the only the saving grace is that it's in October, near the end of October, so that hopefully it won't be that. I wonder what goes into it's probably a money-making thing, right? Like it costs you way more money as a touring operator. But I don't know. They're doing the Apopka Theater and they're doing Daly's Place, the amphitheater in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
It feels I think that show would sell there, wouldn't it?
I think it would sell better at the Bay Care Sound than it would England Brothers Park.
Yeah.
No offense to the fine folks of England Brothers Park, but you ain't got no trees.
Well, that's it. Really is. It's just it's an interest. I don't even know how that became a thing. Like I was hearing it wasn't a thing for a while. Like over the last 5+ years, it was never really a thing. And I would hear people tell these stories about, Cypress Hill came to England Brothers Park once, and they used to do stuff there, and it was whatever. And then they started popping up again, and we went to that stick figure show there, which was without a shadow of a doubt the hottest, sweatiest, for lack of a better word, most miserable day of concert going I've ever been to. And people were falling out everywhere. Like the average person could not stay with it. And I think that's it is something you need to think about. And probably by design, that's why they're doing it so late. But still, when you've got a place like the Bay Care Sound, is it too late to run it up the flagpole and see if we can get it moved?
You said they're at the what? The England
Brothers Park. Yeah.
That's like right next to me. That's a rock throw away from where we stay.
Oh, is that? Can you literally walk there?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Well, you're right by Bonsai Larry.
We got a parking spot.
Yeah, you do actually.
Yeah. And they do stuff there. And I mean, for Pinellas Park, and I know they do like little pepper festivals and like all sorts of things. And they must have signed a bigger deal, because Collie Buds is coming.
Yeah.
With
Tribal Seeds.
Yeah, Tribal Seeds with Mike Love and the Movement are coming. So I mean, they've got a lineup of reggae shows that are coming there. I'm so intrigued with the behind the scenes dealing of concert venues that I'd love to know. Are they like going back and forth? Are they like, the Sound will do this, the England Brothers Park will let us do that? Like, is there any negotiation, or how the hell does it end up being at a place like that?
I don't know this. I'm just spitballing. I bet there's a Duderman connection with England Brothers Park.
Which that is kind of, it feels like that pushes all of these. And it's just, it's really a lack of infrastructure is what it is. Is that it's not by nature a venue. Like it is a field in beautiful Pinellas Park.
Gorgeous.
Which I love.
But dude, that stick figure show, I remember like halfway through stick figure, it was already dark, and I'm like, we got to get out of here.
Dude, I remember at one point just looking around, and it looked like a bomb had went off. Like there was just people fell out everywhere, and every person you connect eyes with, they just look like, help me. You see somebody and they're just sweating and barely breathing. And I think I've been open enough to talk about it, and he knows I've shared it. But we were with with our buddy Jared, who who he himself died in my arms. Right as Stick Figure came on, he just fell, and I was like, I thought he was joking, and I was holding his body, and I'm like, this is a dead body I have. This man is unconscious right now.
Oh,
and
man.
And he wasn't alone. There was a lot of people that did that. So hopefully by being later in the summer, it won't be as bad. But
fingers crossed.
And with the Jayco and the country tie-in, I wonder if that's a new initiative for Dirty Heads. I almost wonder if you're going to see on their next album some country artists tied in.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Or something. I mean, it just seems like a big leap out of nowhere. By the way, to tease for tomorrow, Diz, I know you're an Akon guy. You remember how he said he was reimagining his whole catalog?
Country style, right? Yeah.
He dropped the first one.
No way.
He dropped the first Akon song. So he's – and when he said reimagining –
The face you're making is the face I made.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well, now that we're all here together.
I'm not an Akon fan.
Yeah,
either.
I was going to say.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You hater.
Akon passed him by. He was in a different era by the time we were on Akon. But the thing is it's not even when they say reimagined. It's not like we did the song, we did it in a country version. They changed the words. They changed the entire song. So you know the I wanna make love right now, now.
I know that song.
You know that song, right?
Yep.
They changed it with country artist Josh Ross. The song is now Drunk Right Now.
I want to get drunk right now. I blame Shabuzi. Ruined everything.
Since I walked in this place, I need something strong. Off of that top shelf, that could wash this week
This is
away.
Shabuzi's fault.
Give me a song.
He shows up eventually.
Who, Shabuzi?
No. Oh, there he is.
You said you'd never be jealous. She came around. Now I can't get you to calm down.
I don't like it.
What they play in hell.
Too much auto-tune on it, too.
I will say, there is I don't know that at any moment with any genre, there has been more of a suckling at the teat of one genre than what's going on with country right now, where it feels like anybody at any moment can fire off a country song, or anybody who's kind of struggling turns to try and be country. And I don't know, maybe there's a crossover with people who liked Akon in the early 2000s that now listen to country and they have research on that and stuff. But dude, he also has a new song out with the guy from Rascal Flatts.
What?
Yeah, dude. It's I think the whole anybody should be country is like majorly jumping the shark.
Correct.
As we speak. I teased it yesterday, but didn't get to it properly. A lion killed a man at a luxury lodge in a remote Northwest resort. Authorities said the victim, identified by local media as well-known businessman Bernd Kebbel, was camping with other tourists at a tented resort when the early morning tragedy unfolded. Kebbel, who was 59, was camping with his wife and friends near the Honib Skeleton Coast Camp in the Sesfontein area, where he was attacked by the animal, the Nambian newspaper reported. Does that sound right?
Yep.
Nambian. He was attacked when he stepped out of his tent to use the toilet. Environment Ministry spokesperson told the local news other campers managed to scare off the lion, but Cabell was long gone. Police were attending the scene, and a full report has been submitted with due process. This guy was a philanthropist who supported wildlife conservation, and he was out there to pretty much spread the good word and save the lions. But it was a lion that ate his ass while he went while he went to go to the bathroom.
Imagine you're just sitting there on the toilet and you just look and you see a lion like just kind of looking at you, and you're wondering like what, and you don't even have time to think that thought before he mauls you.
Dude, and I guess it's happening over there. The mall, or more than often, the mauling marks at least the second deadly lion attack in just a few weeks. In April, a lion got a 14-year-old girl outside of Kenya's capital in a ranch outside of the Nairobi National Park.
Probably her menses attracted.
They absolutely will. They be bleeding, and you gotta leave the camp. You gotta get away. You gotta get away for a while. That would be. I don't want to get eaten by a lion, but going somewhere like you see these places, and I'm sure they're super, super expensive, where it's like looks like a luxury home that you're in, and it's just windows around the whole place, and you got a freaking giraffe walking by, and lions roaming through, elephants, all these different things, and you can kind of just stay in the house and watch it all. That's my kind of safari. I don't know if I'm fit for, being out in the Serengeti and getting my hands dirty. No. But you get me in a nice big all window lodge in the middle of a place like that where you can just kick back and be burning them and just watching the animals at your window. That sounds like fun.
Dude, just go stay at the Animal Kingdom Lodge.
That might be
the
best
giraffes
thing.
on your balcony.
I don't want any one of the things where they could chase you, like in the Jeep, or you ever seen the video of the hippo chasing the one?
Oh, they will get you.
Dude, the hippo in the boat, those things move so fast.
I never knew that until I saw that.
Oh, they're
is this AI?
insane. And they don't eat meat. They're only doing that for territorialism. They're vegetarians, herbivores, if you will.
And that's what's crazy is I think they're near the top of the list of beasts that kill humans.
Yeah.
And they don't do it to eat them.
No.
they do that. They kill for fun.
They do. And if you encroach on their territory, they will take you out. Those safaris look so much fun, but yeah, like the danger of like a lion attacking you.
Well, and I've shared this before, and it's just a personal story, so I don't know how much it happens. But my aunt, their safari van was taken over by Serengeti pirates or whatever. Like these dudes boarded, they were on like a big van thing, and these guys boarded with automatic weapons and machetes and stole everything from everybody. Stole all of their belongings.
Where was this?
Stole her wedding ring somewhere in Africa.
Oh,
they were
man.
like on a legit safari, like cruising through. And then I guess a group of dudes just came out, stepped right in front of the safari van, got on, took everything from everybody.
Even the children, they're like, "You're soldiers now."
Oh, yeah.
You
fall in line.
You would have first now.
I know, Captain O.
I'm going to hold off because I think it's so juicy. I'm sorry to give you two premature teases in 2 days, but it's BJ Penn, UFC Hall of Famer, was arrested in his home state of Hawaii in relation to his ongoing claims that his family has been murdered and replaced with imposters. It was his third arrest over a 6-day span. This has been going on for years, and he's been posting videos of his mom saying that that's not really my mom, and that they have been replaced by the CIA, I believe is what he thinks. Maybe a little too much CTE, maybe a little too many hits to the head, or it's actually happening, and we're all the crazy ones.
What if it is?
It is possible. It does say they do note potential brain injuries here. We can dig into it a little bit more tomorrow. But do not go anywhere because Drew Garabo Live is coming up next. But before we do that, we'd love to tell you about our good old buddy, Jeff Borum.
By the way, the dead giveaway on BJ Penn was that he thought the sun wasn't really the sun.
That is true. Well, it was the backup sun. It was the simulation sun. That is the gateway to thinking your family's been replaced.
We talked earlier about the real estate market and the volatility there. We don't know as much about it as Jeff Borum does. He'll tell you the right time to buy. He'll tell you the right place to buy, and you can totally trust him. He invests in cutting-edge technology and marketing to sell your home.
Getting married is the start of a beautiful new chapter, but now you might be faced with the dilemma of where you're going to live. Well, our friend Jeff Borum can help. From prepping your house for the market to negotiating the best deal on your dream home, the Jeff Borum with Team Borum, brokered by eXp Realty Experience, is going to take care of every little detail along the way, because your first home together should feel like the start of something special.
Let it be a joyous occasion and go with Jeff Borum and Team Borum, powered by eXp Realty. With Jeff, you've got options. Buy your home, sell your home, rent your home, and there's no risk. He'll let you out of the contract at any time. Google him right now, and you could be packing tonight. That's Borum, Borham, for Jeff Borum.
Senning Show will be back live tomorrow at 1 p.m. Goodbye.
You're listening to Senning Show on 102.5 The Bone. We are Real Raw Radio. 102.5 The Bone. Breaking summer news. All the rooms at the Sky Beach Resort for the Bone Summer Beach Bash are completely sold out. But good news, you can still come out and party for free. Neutral presents the Bone Summer Beach Bash. An entire weekend of awesome events and hanging out with all your favorite people from the Bone. Plus, it's absolutely free to get in. It's all happening July 18th through the 20th at the beautiful Sky Beach Resort in St. Pete, a bayfront oasis with a private beach at the southernmost tip of St. Petersburg in the Skyway District. No matter what you do, don't miss the Bone Summer Beach Bash, presented by Neutral and 102.5 The Bone. Real, raw summer. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
Still have road closure in Pinellas, Court Street westbound in particular between Highland Avenue and Dr. King Avenue. So use Druid Road or Cleveland Street to get around. An accident with a moderate backup 4th Street northbound at 22nd Avenue. Southbound traffic affected a bit there as well. In Hillsborough, northbound Sheldon Road dealing with a crash at Gardner Road. Stop and go traffic back to Linebaugh Avenue presently. 75 north also in Hillsborough. Still congested. Stop and go traffic beyond Big Bend Road. Still back about 12 minutes now to Paseo Elmar Boulevard. Eastbound I-4 is also clogged a bit approaching Fritzky Road. Up in Pasco, moderate backup eastbound State Road 54. Earlier crash there beyond Corporate Center Drive. This is Eric in the Farah Traffic Center.
After you've been injured at no fault of your own, you shouldn't be stuck footing the medical bills or dealing with lost wages. Farah and Farah's accident attorneys are here to make it easy. Contact Farah and Farah, 1-800-500-5555, farahandfarah.com. Make it a Farah fight, Tampa.
Hi, I'm attorney Fran Hosh. Being involved in a car or motorcycle accident can be stressful. I've dedicated my career to helping accident victims and their loved ones. If you need an attorney you can trust, give me a call today at 866-LAW-FRAN. We will give you a free case evaluation and won't charge you any fees unless you recover money. Give me a call today at 866-LAW-FRAN, 866-LAWFRAN, or visit me online at lawfran.com. Main office, Palm Harbor.
A lot of people, when they come in, they'll say, this is my last hope. The next step is getting them in the right arch supports. Our goal is to have that long-term change for them, to see someone that is in pain. I change things for them. See how we can help you with a free fitting at the Good Feet store.
Did you know even the smallest increase in mortgage rates can cost you thousands of dollars over the life of your loan? Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. It's true, even a 0.25% change in rate can cost you thousands of dollars over the life of your mortgage. But with Third Federal's new Early Rate Lock, you don't have to take chances. Early Rate Lock is the only pre-approval that locks in your rate at pre-approval, even before you find a house. Plus, we're so confident that our rates are the lowest, if you find a lower rate, we'll beat it or give you $1,000. And now through June 30th, get pre-approved with Third Federal and we'll pay all of your closing costs. So don't wait. Call Third Federal today.
Right now with Third Federal, even before you find a home, lock in 6.625%, APR 6.685% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-3rd-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. Zero closing costs on low-cost loans only. See conditions for lowest rate guarantee at thirdfederal.com. Equal housing lender.
You know, Tampa Heat doesn't play, and neither does Super Heat and Air and Plumbing. They've teamed up with the experts at ABC to bring you fast pro service backed by two of the best names in the business. And right now they're offering a $29 AC system check, whether your unit's working or not. And if you need repair, that $29 goes right towards it. Their techs are trained, their trucks are stocked, and their service is same day. If you're hearing weird noises, getting weak airflow, or just sweating too much, don't wait. Super Heat and Air and ABC guarantee impeccable service and cooling you can count on. Call Super Heat and Air today. There is no reason to be hot in your home. And if your AC hasn't been checked out, now is the time to take advantage of this super low $29 AC system check. Call them today, 813-618-5818. That's 813-618-5818. Get that AC system check done before it's 1,000 degrees every day. Give them a call today or go to superheatandair.com and trust the company that I trust to come into my home, Super Heat and Air. Check them out now, superheatandair.com. Tell them Mike Calta sent you.
Time marches on, and a lot has changed. But one thing has not changed. Washington regulations on local stations. Regulations that make it tough for local TV and radio stations to compete with global big tech platforms. If you want to keep local news, weather, and live sports on TV and radio, we need updated regulations. Tell Washington to modernize the rules to help local stations compete. Learn more at nab.org/modernize the rules. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone. I went through it a while back. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on on TV. Is it for real?
Oh yeah, the key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text. Text ENERGY to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text ENERGY to 42424. That's ENERGY to 42424.
Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
Heard of the job? Dial pound 529 on your cell. Pound law, that's all.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 107.3 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio.
My name is Drew. Pronounced with the O.
It's in your face with Drew Garabo.
I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Here are your names. Mr. Brown, Mr. White, Mr. Blonde, Mr. Blue, Mr. Orange, Mr. Pink.
Why am I Mr. Pink?
Live from the 102.5 The Bone Studios in St. Petersburg, Florida. It's Drew Garabo. Live.
You thought I didn't see you now, didn't you? You tried to sneak by me now, didn't you? Now give me what you promised me. Give it here. Come on. Good dog. You promised me the day that you quit your boyfriend. I'll be the next one to ease on me.
What a jam. What a great film. What an afternoon. Thanks for being here.
I'll be the only man kissing on you. Now kiss me. Hold it a long time. Hold it. Don't turn it loose.
And just like John Senning said at the beginning of Senning Show about him needing to do a better job of giving it up for his